We're free. We can go anywhere we like and be whoever we like.
The world is our oyster, as CJ would say.
Yes, I'm afraid it probably would, darling. Absolutely free. Free from the grinding wheels of commerce. Free to shake off the bonds of our greedy, materialistic society. Free to wait 6 hours for a lift. Will you tell me something honestly, Mrs. Gossamer?
Of course, Mr. Gossamer.
Are you enjoying wandering around as Mr. and Mrs. Gossamer, Mrs. Gossamer?
Not much, Mr. Gossamer.
Oh, darling, let's become Mr. and Mrs. Perrin again. Let's go back home, sell the house, sell grot, sell the shops, the prime sites, the juggernauts, and then when we're rich, we'll really be free to shake off the bonds of our greedy, materialistic society.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's wonderful, darling. Absolutely wonderful. Yes, I'm wonderfully happy.
I'm glad.
I'm glad you're glad. It makes me very happy to know you're glad I'm happy, darling.
I'm glad.
This is sheer bliss, this, isn't it?
If you're so happy, Reggie, why do you keep sighing?
Well, sheer bliss isn't enough, is it,
Oh,
darling?
Reggie.
Well, there must be something more for me to do than sit by the sea guzzling champagne.
Oh, Reggie, will you never be content?
Oh, darling, look, I'm just an ordinary bloke, you know. I'm no different from anyone else who walked out on his job, faked suicide, started a new life, returned in disguise, remarried his wife, opened a shop selling goods, guaranteed absolutely useless, to his amazement succeeded, walked out again, faked another suicide and started another new life.
But no one else has done that.
Exactly, darling, so there must be some purpose behind it. No, there's something I've got to do, darling. A plan to help fight the miseries of this poor old world. A brilliant idea that will make everything I've done so far seem a mere bagatelle. A plan that will send the name of Perrin ringing out proudly for posterity.
Darling, what plan?
I wish I knew. I expect I'll think of something. Cheers.
I beg your pardon?
It wasn't me.
This gentleman was before you.
I've been waiting 15 minutes. I was at the front of that queue.
Yeah, we're talking about this queue, mush. This gentleman was before you.
It's quite all right, thank you.
What did you say?
I said it's quite all right, thank you.
Not you, him.
Well, I just said that this gentleman was before
It's
you.
honestly quite all right. I'm in no hurry.
There you are. Mind your own business.
Yeah, but it is my business, isn't it? I mean, this gentleman's been waiting just about as long as you have, and lo and behold, you barge in front of him, you fat pig.
No, please, please. It's raining outside. Who wants to hurry?
What did you say?
I said, please, please, it's raining outside. Who wants to hurry?
Not you, him.
Next. Please, please, I'm very grateful, but let's forget it.
I won't forget it. He called me a fat pig. Kindly keep your ugly nose out.
Oh, it's aspersions on my hoot and that, is it? Oh, so we're down to personal abuse, are we? Well, sod off, you fat dragon.
You started it. You called me a fat pig.
Yeah, but that's different, isn't it? Whether my nose is ugly is a matter of opinion, but you are a fat pig.
Please, please, it's absolutely...
Leave your hook, you. My argument here was held at Alcoholics Anonymous here.
Come outside and repeat that.
I will.
No, I'm waiting for you.
Right, right, that side. Get your coat.
Yes, I'm
Come on.
Oh, that's it. That's what I'll do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Yes. Carry on, carry on.
Champagne again?
Yes,
It
yes.
must be something very special.
Yes, yes, it is, darling, yes. Now, do you remember that brilliant idea I was talking about?
The one you haven't got?
That's the one. Well, I have got it.
Darling, what is it?
Well, cheers. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Oh, what is it, darling?
Well, we're pretty happy together by and large, aren't we, darling? Eh?
Am I going to hate this idea
No,
so much?
you're going to love it, darling, you're going to love it.
Well, what is it?
Well, this... Cheers.
Cheers. What is it?
This morning in the bank, darling, two men were arguing about absolutely nothing at all. They were actually going to fight each other, and I thought... Cheers.
You thought?
I thought, why don't I set up a community where people can learn not to argue and fight, but where people can learn to live in peace and love and happiness.
But I think that's a wonderful idea, Reggie.
Do you, darling? Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, yes, wonderful. What sort of community?
Ah. Yes. No, we won't become the lost tribe of Llanidrod Wells. No. No, it's all right, darling, just thinking out aloud about the sort of community it should be. No, definitely not Hare Krishna. I refuse to chant mantras in Droitwich High Street. We don't want to become goat worshippers or mushroom sniffers in the Welsh Hills, do we, darling? No, good, got that one out of the way. And I certainly don't want to become the Guru of Forfar or the Maharishi of Ilfracombe. There are enough of those already. No, I think, darling, it ought to be the sort of community where ordinary people can come. A community for the middle-aged and the middle class.
Oh, I think that's a wonderful idea,
Yes.
Reggie. Where would it be?
Yes, where would it, absolutely. Well, cheers.
Where would it be, Reggie?
Well, darling, I know this is going to disappoint you, but I think it should be in an ordinary sort of house in a street like the one we used to live in.
So do I. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Oh.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers, darling. Good. Yes, the living room, darling. Yes, the living room. Oh, now, my word, darling. Now, in all of this exceptionally spacious property, no room provides such an astonishing sense of space as the living room, which affords an unrivalled view of the terraced garden, fringed by a verdant screen of trees. Are the trees verdant? Yes, they are being very good. That endows the said garden with a sense of peacefulness, which peaceful? Yes, which bestows the final accolade on this exceptionally characterful property.
Oh, must you read from that thing, Reggie? Aren't you excited?
Yes, almost as excited as Messrs. Blunston, Forrest and Stringer. Come on, darling, let's try the dining room. If it isn't an intimate yet surprisingly spacious setting for formal and informal dining, then I'm the Queen of Sheba's surprisingly spacious left tit. All right, let's try the master bedroom. Now this handsome and exceptionally spacious room enjoys fully integrated double glazing with sliding units, and the unusually tasteful decorations afford an elegant background to Scandinavian or traditional English sex activities with fully integrated messing about and doing exceptionally spacious naughty things.
It doesn't say that.
Yes, of course it doesn't say that. Oh, darling, I think we've found the house. Now, all we've got to do is find the staff.
But how do we set about that?
You furnish the house, darling. I'll provide the staff. After all I need are people who are intelligent, mature, kind, caring, trustworthy, intelligent, brilliant. Oh, hello, Mrs. C.J. Reggie Perrin here. May I speak to C.J., please? Not there. Haven't seen him since he went off disguised as a tramp. Jen thought she saw him busking to a cinema queue. Yes, I know I'm repeating everything you're saying. Yes, I know it's irritating. Yes, I know I'm still doing it.
Let me tell you, brother, I didn't get Brian today by knowing that
A Guinness, please, and,
Whiskey? I'll get them. A few people have been kind enough to reward my efforts with some pennies.
Oh, so you're stuck at being a tramp, C.J.
Street entertainer,
Beg
Reggie.
your pardon, C.J.
When I do a thing, I go the whole hog.
You certainly do, C.J.
Even if I do feel like a square pig in a round hole.
58.
There you are, man.
Thank you very much, C.J. Thank you.
Well, good luck, Reggie.
Well, cheers. There we are.
Well, Reggie, absence is better than a cure.
Prevention makes the heart grow fonder.
In a nutshell, Reggie.
Well, C.J., I am here, believe it or not, to offer you a job.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. What is it this time? More chairs that blow raspberries? Another mad idea like grot?
No, C.J., no. I am going to set up a community where the middle-aged and the middle class can learn to live in peace and love and happiness.
Oh, where's it to be, Reggie? Some sunny offshore island?
19 Oslo Avenue, Botchley.
You gave me 35p, 3 pesetas, 2 pfennigs and a shirt button. You want to be careful of these types,
yes,
sir.
I will. Thank you very much.
Those mean, unwashed, long-haired louts.
Oh, no, CJ, that's not the way you should talk about them if you join my staff.
Oh, how should I talk about them if I join your staff?
Fascinating, somewhat misguided, rather insecure, socially confused, exceptionally serious, but potentially highly creative and delightful, mean, unwashed, long-haired louts.
Must I?
Yes. When I've got all my staff together, CJ, we're all going to have to undergo a rigorous training period. We're all going to have to learn to be nice.
I didn't get where I am today by being nice.
You'll soon get used to it, CJ. And when you are nice, you realise how nice it is being nice.
Oh.
Now, go on, CJ, give it a try. After all, the proof of the pudding is caviar to the general.
You're talking my language, Reggie.
Absolutely, CJ.
But I don't think it's my line of country.
Free board and lodging, CJ, and a salary of £10,000 a year.
On the other hand, no doubt I could soon adjust.
I'm afraid there won't be room for all of you in the house, actually, CJ. Some of you may have to live under
Under what?
under canvas.
You mean a tent?
Yes.
Good God. Yes. 10,000 a year?
Yes.
I can live in a tent. But Mrs. CJ, she's a different kettle of fish.
Absolutely, CJ. And you think she might be a different kettle of fish out of water?
Exactly. By no stretch of the imagination can Mrs. CJ be described as a frontierswoman.
By no stretch. But I do seem to recall she has friends in Luxembourg.
Delightful people.
Yes, Luxembourg is delightful.
Absolutely delightful.
Now, wouldn't it be a delightful gesture, CJ, if you were to forego some of your marital pleasures and send it to your delightful friends in Luxembourg?
Delightful idea, Reggie. Just for a few months till I get things straight. Go on. Consider me recruited.
Right. One for the road, CJ.
Oh, yeah.
And then I must be on my way to recruit the rest of my intelligent, mature, kind, caring, trustworthy and brilliant staff.
Reggie! Oh, good heavens!
Hello, Doc.
Hello!
How are you?
Starlings don't seem to like poppadom. Good morning, Professor. Oh, good morning.
Morning. Well, Doc, this is Professor?
I find it helps, Reggie. I give English lessons, you see. Going awfully well.
Oh, good. How many pupils have you got, Doc?
Like a sandwich, Reggie.
That's very kind of you.
Lamb curry or beef curry?
How many pupils did you say you got, Doc?
One.
Now, the reason... Why are you doing that, Doc?
I'm preventing the onset of arthritis of the limbs.
Growing old must be rather depressing for a doctor, Doc. I mean, knowing what's happening to your body. Huh?
Yes, I suppose it was.
Yes. You're not depressed, are you, Doc?
Oh, no, Reggie. Good heavens, no. I get a certain consolation in the knowledge that by being the worst doctor in England, I've saved some other poor blighter from that ignominy. No man's life is entirely pointless.
Good. I'm glad you're not depressed, Doc, because this is no chance meeting. I've come here to offer you a job.
Again? Good Lord.
I'm setting up a community where the middle-aged and the middle class can learn to live in peace and love and happiness.
What kind of role do you have in mind for me?
A medical role, Doc.
Oh, isn't there anything else I
It
can
is
do?
a different kind of medicine, Doc. You will be our psychologist.
Oh,
Yes, it's your undiscovered métier.
it is?
Yes, of course it is. Psychology is the nettle you are going to grasp, Doc, and I'm confident you will do it.
Oh, are you?
Right. Be in touch, Doc. Bye.
Oh, goodbye. Psychology.
A community?
Yes.
Well, that's a great idea, Reggie. Knockout.
Yes. What a pity your export-import business is doing so well.
Oh, it is, yes. Tony Webster's still the kiddie.
Absolutely.
I'm off to Frankfurt tonight.
Good heavens.
Yes, hit
Yes.
the fatherland, score a few exports.
Yes.
This is Success City, Arizona.
Yes, is it really? Yes. So you won't be interested in my little offer of £5,000 a year every year?
Well, I'll talk it over with Joni.
Yes.
I mean, after all, she is my wife.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, let's fly.
Yes, Heathrow calls.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Not taking a great deal of luggage with you, more reading matter, I say. Yes. Uniwarm, the only central heating system that doesn't blow a draft in your pocket.
Yes, okay. Cards on the tableville, Arizona. Not going to Frankfurt. Working for the Uniwarm Central Heating.
blow a draft in your pocket.
Yes. Oh, I'd no basic, but fantastic commission. Knockout. We'll take the job, Reggie.
Good. Yes. What about Joan?
Oh, she'll do what I say. She's my wife.
Great. Knockout. Sorry.
Super.
Absolutely super.
We'd love to work for your community.
Good.
Quiet, Reggie.
Reggie?
We named him after you.
Oh.
You know what I think of you. I look up to you.
Oh, dear.
Well, exactly.
Oh, dear.
I look up to you as a sort of person who doesn't expect people to look up to him. But I think the community idea is super. But
Yes?
I don't think Prue or I would be happy if you were... How can I put it? Oh, well, not exactly sort of a cult figure, but... Oh, well, not exactly sort of... Too big for your, boots. but sort of a bit,
Absolutely, dear. Well, thank you for speaking so frankly. Yes. But look, if you think I'm going to become too self-important, don't worry. No, the community is the thing. I will just be the shadowy catalyst in the background who will enable the whole thing to function, right?
Super. What are you going to call it?
Perrins.
Super.
Well, I've done my bit. I've furnished the house.
Yes.
Now, what have you done about staff? You haven't told me.
It's all gone very well indeed, darling. I've engaged 6 excellent people.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Well, I know their names won't mean much to me, Reggie, but who are they?
Well, 1 or 2 of the names might possibly mean something, CJ, for instance.
You've appointed CJ.
All right, darling, he won't be on top of us all the time. He'd probably spend most of the time in his tent.
Yes, what?
Yes, he'll be living under canvas, CJ. Yes, Mrs. CJ won't be with him. She's no frontierswoman.
Now, Reggie, where is this tent of CJ's going to be? Near here?
Near? Quite near, darling.
How near?
Definitely not in the front garden.
Reggie, are you trying to tell me that CJ is going to live in a tent in the back garden?
No, not exactly the back garden. I mean, right at the back of the back. I mean, miles away from it. You're going to be CJ! You won't be able to see him.
And what's he going to do about food? Open tins of pemmican down by the compost heap?
Or did you have the odd meals with us, darling?
Which meals?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I see, so we're going to live together, all 3 of us. Well, that'd be rather dangerous, won't it?
Oh, you mean a ménage à trois? Bermuda Triangles? Oh, yes, that would be dangerous. No, the whole staff is going to live here.
Oh, so I'm to share my house with total strangers.
But they won't be total strangers, darling.
But who will they be?
There'll be Doc Morrissey, Tony, Joan, David and Joe.
All the old mob.
And CJ. Yes, all the old mob, but it'll be marvellous having the old mob back, won't it, darling? I mean, really, it'll be like having an old pair of pyjamas, you know. I mean, a bit torn here and a little bit torn there, but a man feels comfortable having them around him. And after all, they all proved their worth with Grot.
Oh, what about our daughter? Didn't she prove her worth?
Linda, of course. I'm certainly going to ask Linda, yes. And Tom?
Well, it's going to be a bit crowded, isn't it?
Yes, but that's the whole point of a community, darling. There's no point in having a community if there aren't any people there. I suppose I should have told you all this before, darling, but I didn't know how you'd take it.
I think it's all very exciting.
Oh, never mind. You'll soon get... Oh, darling. Oh, good. Oh, it is exciting, isn't it? Yes, it's going to be absolutely marvellous. We're going to have to learn completely different values, you know. Yes, from today onwards, we must forget that an Englishman's home is his castle. From today on, this home is everybody else's castle. Oh, damn and blast. Who the hell's that? Oh, Tom. It's you. Come in.
Thanks, Reggie.
Tom.
Hello, mother-in-law.
Hello, Tom.
I haven't come at an unfortunate time, have I?
Tom, every time you come to visit us is an absolute delight. No prune wine?
I haven't had the heart to make any lately. You'll have to forego it.
Oh, dear, what a shame.
This room's surprisingly spacious.
Once an estate agent, always an estate agent.
Sorry.
That's all right, Tom. I was just thinking just as well you want a funeral undertaker. You take one look at me and say, yes, 5'11", fit a size 4 nicely.
I just popped over, mother-in-law, to see if I could have a word with Reggie about something.
Oh, I'll make you some coffee.
Oh. So you popped over just to have a word with me about something?
I'm looking lugubrious.
Yes.
Even when I'm wildly excited, I look lugubrious.
Yes.
So it's difficult for people to tell when I actually am lugubrious.
Absolutely. You've no lugubriosity in reserve, as it were.
Exactly. You remember what a success I was with my adverts for Grot.
Oh, what was that one? Grot, the ideal place for gifts, because it's all on one floor and there aren't any lifts. I shan't forget that in a hurry, Tom. I don't think any of us will.
You may find this difficult to believe, but I've been unable to get another job in advertising.
I find this difficult to believe, Tom.
I can never go back to estate agency. When I left, Norris asked me if I'd continue to write my witty house ads. I said you can stick your house ads up your fully integrated, exceptionally spacious back passage.
You think he tried to... No.
He's told every estate agent for miles.
Oh, they'll have forgotten about it by now, Tom, I'm sure.
Estate agents never forget. They're the elephants of the professional world. I popped in at a party last night at the show house on that new estate at High Wycombe. I was snubbed. Even Harrison of Harrison and Harrison cold-shouldered me. I wouldn't have been surprised if it had been Harrison or Harrison. They're swine, but Harrison, he was my friend.
Quite, yes. So you're out of work, Tom?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
I've got rather bitten by the crafts bug, Reggie.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Thatching, basket weaving, that sort of thing. I can't seem to get in on that either. I've got nothing.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
I've never crawled to anyone in my life.
Glad to hear it, Tom.
I've never asked for charity in my life.
Very wise.
I'm just not a charity person.
Good, that is a relief. I always knew our daughter had married a real man.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
Man with pride.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
Man with drive.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
A man who wouldn't come crawling to his father-in-law for a job.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
Nevertheless, Tom, I'm going to give you the job you came here crawling for.
Oh, thank you.
Coffee ready, darling?
Tell me we got to sleep in a tent?
You didn't ask.
Where's Reggie?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Perrin's. Well, I suppose I'd better tell you a little bit more about what it's all going to be about. Well, it's going to be a sort of a cross between a commune and a self-help therapy centre. People are going to come here and stay as long as they like and pay as much as they like. And when we open our doors, ordinary, respectable, desperate, unhappy people will pay vast sums of money in gratitude for our expert guidance. But before that, we must all undergo a rigorous training period. Now, everybody in the community will have a particular job, and this morning's meeting is to allocate those jobs. Now, Elizabeth will be our secretary, Doc Morrissey will naturally be our psychologist, Tom, equally naturally, will be responsible for sport.
Sport?
Sport.
I know nothing about sport,
It's
Reggie.
all right, Doc knows nothing about psychology.
Let me tell you, I've been swatting it up like Billy-O.
Oh, dear, that is bad news. No. No, Tom, it's sport for you.
But I'm just not a sport person.
It's true. He doesn't know one end of a cricket racket from the other.
Thanks, I know that.
It was a joke.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not a joke person. Seriously, though, Reggie, I was hoping to do something with old English crafts. I've got rather bitten by the crafts bug lately. Thatching, basket weaving, that sort of thing. I'd prefer it if the popular Saturday evening TV programme was called Craft of the Day, and its Sunday equivalent was The Big Thatch. You see, when I do make a joke, you don't take any notice.
Ha-ha! Well done, Tom! I didn't get where I am today without recognising a ridiculous play on words when I hear one.
Thank you, CJ. Well, no, Tom, I'm afraid it's sport for you, quite definitely. If we're going to be unconventional in our community, we must free our sport from competition and aggression, and your pathetic ignorance is exactly what I need for it.
Oh, well, thank you, Reggie.
Not at all. Joan, your department will be music.
Why do you laugh?
Because you're tone deaf.
Oh, thank you. You certainly know how to make a woman feel good.
Tony, you'll be responsible for culture.
Culture?
Culture.
Oh, culture! Oh, fine. With you, no sweat. Really hit culture. Knockout.
Good. Prue, you'll be responsible for old English crafts, thatching, basket weaving, that sort of thing.
Super.
Yes.
I must say, Reggie, that's a bit thick.
Sorry, Tom, sport for you. CJ, your work will be work.
I don't follow you, Reggie.
Well, CJ, no man understands the problems of man's relations with his work better than you,
Thank you, Reggie.
having caused so many of them yourself.
Thank you, Reggie.
Linda, your work will be art, drawing, painting, etc.
Oh, must I?
Which just leaves David.
Yes?
Who will be in charge of sex.
Can't I have sex?
Not while you're married to me.
No.
Well, this great project is all set. This exciting social experiment is about to begin. So, let's have all your ideas. And please, 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 don't all speak at once.
Would anyone like a cup of tea?
Good evening, and welcome to this edition of Pillock Talk. My name is Colin Pillock.
I'm awfully sorry, I still can't get over that name.
It's my great pleasure
I'm awfully sorry.
to welcome back Reginald Perrin, former head of the amazing grot shop chain. I understand you're now running a community called Perrin's, Mr. Perrin.
Yes.
It's been described as a community for the middle class and the middle age, set in what used to be Middlesex.
Yes.
Tell me, Mr. Perrin, are you running this community for the benefit of humanity, or simply to make money, or is it a giant confidence trick?
Yes.
You tend to confine yourself entirely to this monosyllabic repetition of yes.
And no.
Oh, good. Because our viewers might think it was rather a waste of time for you to come here and say nothing but yes.
Yes.
So, which of them is it, Mr. Perrin? A social venture for the benefit of mankind, a purely commercial venture, or a con trick?
Yes. It's all three of them, that's the beauty of it.
What kind of people come to this community?
Well, at the moment, we've got a stockbroker, an overworked doctor, an underworked antique shop owner, a disillusioned imports manager, and an even more disillusioned exports manager. 3 sacked football managers, a fortune teller who's going to have a nervous breakdown next April, a school teacher who's desperate because he can't get a job, a school teacher who's even more desperate because he has got a job, an extremely shy vet, an overstressed car salesman and a pre-stressed concrete salesman, people with sexual problems, people with social problems, people with work problems, people with identity problems, people with sexual, social, work and identity problems. There are people who live above their garages and above their incomes, in little boxes on prestige estates where families are two-tone, two-car and two-faced. Money has replaced sex as a driving force, death has replaced sex as a taboo, and sex has replaced bridge as a social event for mixed foursomes and large deep freezers are empty, except for 12 sausages. They come to Perrin's in the hope that here they won't be ridiculed as petty snobs, but treated as human beings who are bewildered by the complexity of social development, castrated by the conformities of the century of mass production, and dwarfed by the immensity of technological progress that has advanced more in 50 years than in the rest of human existence put together. So that when they take their first tentative steps into an adult society shaped by humans but not for humans, their personalities shrivel up like private parts in an April sea.
I see.
Not too monosyllabic for you, I hope.
Well, thank you, Reginald Perrin. And now the next item on Pillock Talk is a...
22 new arrivals this morning, Reggie.
Don't sound so surprised, darling.
Your TV appearance must have impressed them.
Darling, don't sound so surprised. We fulfill a need. We're a community, but we're respectable and civilized. Yes, we're a kind of therapeutic Cotswolds. Oh, yes, I calculated quite exactly my appeal on television last night, yes. Oh, yes, I should imagine those 22 out there. I know them very, very well indeed. Yes, desperate area reps, disillusioned dentists, menopausal bank managers. Oh, yes. Right, show the first one, will you, darling?
Mr. Higgins, would you come this way, please?
I'm Glenn Higgins. I'm a mindless lout, ain't I, John?
Are you? Oh, hello.
I'm a bleeding subhuman moron, right?
Are you? Oh, well, good, please sit. Oh, you are. Well, good, hello.
Saw you on the telly. I thought that's the place for me.
Oh, good, splendid, marvellous.
Because I'm moving in the wrong circles, know what I mean? Because all me mates is subhuman, mindless yobbos, right?
Well, if you say so, yes.
Met a bloke outside, naffing philosopher, right?
Yes, we do have a naffing philosopher staying here.
Naffing philosophers don't stab the opposition with knives and break all the windows in their coaches, right?
Right.
Know why, John? Because they ain't subhuman, mindless louts, right?
Right.
So, I reckon I'll meet the right kind of people here, right?
Ah, you think some of their worldliness and sophistication will rub off on you? Right?
Right.
Ah.
Bet you're glad to get a bloke like me for a change. Bit of a challenge, right?
Oh, right. Yes, right. Yes. Yes, bit of a test for the community.
Help me, Mr. Perrin.
Right. just send the next one in, please, Glenn. Yeah. Right. Oh, no, wrong.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Everton Johnson.
How do you do, Mr. Johnson? Please, sit down.
I saw you on the television last night, and I thought, this is the place for me.
Well, what's the problem?
It's my job, Mr. Perrin.
Yeah.
You know, the grinding routine and the blank, empty faces and me shouting at them, trying to be heard above the hubbub. Nobody taking any notice. The futility.
Yes, I can imagine. Yes, pass right down the cars, please. Mind the doors.
I'm a school teacher.
Yeah.
No, it isn't excellent or good.
No, not excellent.
And I'm a lousy teacher. I hate it.
Oh, dear.
But can I get myself sacked? Not on your Nelly. They daren't sack a black man. Man, look, I am really bugged with all this prejudice. Help me, Mr. Perrin.
Right. Would you send the next one in, please, Mr. Johnson?
Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Down. Your name, sir?
Anstruther.
Anstruther, A-N-S-T-R-U-T-H-E?
Yeah.
Yes, right. First name?
Clive.
Clive Anstruther.
Help me, Mr. Perrin.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Anstruther, we will. Now, what exactly is the problem?
Sucker. Absolute sucker. Oh, always being taken for a ride.
Yeah.
Dud check going round comes my way every time.
Yes, I know the type. Right. Well, we have these little group sessions, you see, where we discuss problems openly, and we'll soon be able to discover exactly why it is you're Anstruther? Clive Anstruther? Clive Lofty Anstruther?
Yes.
Not the swine who formed a secret right-wing army with Jimmy, then ran off with all the money and the ammo.
Yeah. Bad business, on my conscience. All right, I'll come clear. Real reason I'm here, I'm a rotten egg, want to turn over a new leaf. Saw you on the goggle box, thought, Anstruther, you swine, you pimple on mankind's backside. That's the place for you.
Ah, jolly good, splendid, marvellous, Lofty.
Like to see Jimmy sometime again. Apologise. Not very likely, I suppose.
No, quite likely, yes. He works here.
Oh, does he?
Yes, you'll be able to see him tonight.
Oh, good. Splendid. Marvellous.
Yes. Next!
Hello, Mr. Perrin. My name is Deborah Swaffham. Help me.
Reggie? Cheers, Jimmy.
Cheers.
Jimmy, would you say you were a charitable, forgiving sort of chap?
Or other cheek, moat and beam, that sort of crack?
Yes.
Every time, Reggie, every time.
Good, because I've asked you here tonight to meet Clive Lofty Anstruther.
That bastard.
Jimmy, faith and trust, moat and beam, other cheek. Hey, no, Jimmy. The community faces its greatest challenge, and this is its greatest test to date. This is the big one, Jimmy. This is your Everest and mine.
Message received and understood. Yeah. Got to be nice to him because
he's here.
Jimmy?
Anstruther.
What do you have?
Large whiskey. Same for Reggie. Bastard.
Everest.
All right. But just don't expect me to call him Lofty.
Well, cheers.
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 Jimmy?
Yes?
That business, rifles, money and so forth, rotten show.
Oh, well. Water under the bridge, Anstruther.
Pretended to be colonel. Wasn't. Never even in army.
Oh, well. Can't all be. Funny old world if everyone in army. Nobody to wave goodbye.
Not a fighter. Yellow streak.
Bad luck. Drew a lousy hand, that's all. All the other babies, 2 hearts, 3 no trumps, that sort of crack. You, no bid. Cock up on character front. Not your fault, you're a lousy, rotten, stinking, yellow, thieving swine.
Thanks.
Well done, Jimmy. The community has passed its greatest test.
Same again. Lofty.
Thanks.
Jolly good. Well, the world is wending its way to our doors.
Super.
Look out. Credit isn't mine, it's all yours. Because you've all learned to live and work and think as a team. You certainly have. It's been an absolutely amazing success. But new challenges require new ideas.
Been thinking, Reggie.
As I say, it's been an amazing success.
Take fight to opposition. Botchley terrorised by crime wave, set up anti-vandalism squads. Keep streets clear of louts, muggers and subhuman filth. Perrin's peacekeeping force.
That's an absolutely splendid idea, Jimmy.
Nice smart uniforms, large wooden clubs.
Yes. Large wooden clubs?
Talk to them, only language they understand.
Oh, no, the idea's excellent, Jimmy, but no violence.
No violence?
No.
With you. Good thing, too.
I mean, fighting for peace is like making love for virginity. Oh, no. That's a very good idea, and we'll certainly try it out. But wooden clubs? Ooh. I have an idea as well. What would you say is the British disease?
Strike. Incompetence.
Bronchitis.
Homosexuality.
Tea breaks.
Yes, it's all those, yes, but one other. Self-consciousness. Now, I want this month to be Perrin's anti-self-consciousness month. I want us to teach everybody to behave ridiculously and not to feel ashamed of doing it. All right? Now, has anybody got any totally ridiculous ideas?
I've got another idea for taking the aggression out of sport. But unfortunately, it isn't even remotely ridiculous.
Oh, come on, tell them what it is.
Solo tennis. Playing with oneself.
Oh. There you are. Not only is it totally ridiculous, it's absolutely ludicrous. Well done, Tom.
Wouldn't you have to keep going the other end to get your balls back?
There's a simple solution to that. A load of balls.
Absolutely. Well done again, Tom. We'll try that.
Out of the mouths of babes and little children. I've got a ridiculous idea, Reggie, to defeat the self-consciousness of the long-distance commuter. As we don't mind what the other people in the compartment think of us, we travel as ordinary commuters, but hold absolutely ridiculous conversations.
Now, what sort of ridiculous conversations do you have in mind, CJ?
Well, something simple to get it off the ground. Let me see now, off the top of the head, run it up the flagpole, see if the rats desert a sinking ship. How about ending words with Urgle?
Oh, this is absolutely splendid thinking, CJ.
Thank you, Urgle.
Super Urgle. Knockout Urgle.
Very good. Well, we give it a Urgle. 11 minutes late, Urgle.
Tip a gurgle.
Derail rolling struggle at Wimble-Urgle, I imagine, Urgle.
Not a bad morning, Urgle.
A bit cold, Urgle.
Enough to freeze the burgles off a brass monk, Urgle.
Absolutely, Urgle, Glen Urgle.
Looks like rain, Urgle.
Or even snow, Urgle.
I didn't gurgle where I am to durgle without recognising a Murgle that looks like snow when I see one.
It's one way of getting all the seats.
Absolute
That's all right, you can stop now, they've all gone.
No, let's stop on Urgle. It's rather fun, Urgle.
Oh, my gurgle. Jimmy.
No! You fuck!
No. Jimmy, no, I don't think so.
No, Reggie?
No, don't.
OK, Reggie. Understood.
Hello, Reggie.
Hello.
We're trying to break down self-consciousness about,
Sex.
Exactly.
Yes.
We're having a game of sexual just a minute. Everyone has to speak for 60 seconds about some aspect of,
Sex.
Exactly.
Yes.
Without repetition, hesitation, or deviation.
Good.
Mr. Johnson told us about his first sexual experiences. He was buzzed after 14 seconds for...
Repetition.
Exactly. Our extremely shy vet was buzzed after 2 seconds for...
Hesitation.
Exactly. Deborah Swaffham talked about her affair with an electronics engineer in Geneva.
Buzzed straight away for deviation, quite.
Exactly. And Glenn managed to speak for a whole minute about...
A knee trembler in the back alley in Oxton, didn't I?
Exactly. Super. And our police superintendent also spoke for a whole minute about,
My missus.
Exactly. Super.
I've got a photograph of her here. She's a dead ringer for Kim Novak. She's... I've been robbed. Someone's nicked 15 quid from my wallet.
Are you absolutely sure? Oh, no, I'm sure. No, there's nobody here in the community who would take anything.
I lost £10 yesterday.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I lost £10 yesterday.
Well, why didn't you say so?
I did, but nobody heard me.
You want to call the police?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a petty thief in our midst. 2 cases have been reported.
3. I lost £10 as well.
All right, 3 cases.
4. Lost £15 and my watch.
All right, 4 cases.
Flabble.
Very well, McLean, 5 cases.
Clegla Gunges.
How distressing for you. But are we to put at risk everything we have built up here so painstakingly merely for £50, a cleggle of gunges and a watch?
Digital.
The community is built on faith and trust. I therefore propose to take no further action at this stage except to say to this unhappy person, please cease your crimes, ease your conscience by handing back the £50.
And my digital watch.
And the cleggle of guns. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been more thefts, but we must not panic. This is a testing time for Perrins. We must put this criminal to shame and illustrate the power of the community by one supreme act of faith and trust. Please, all of you, leave your valuables lying around tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, £382, 4 watches, 3 rings and 2 bracelets were stolen. Help me nail the sod.
Dear Mr. Perrin, I'm sorry I left without warning. It was the thefts. Is there to be crime everywhere I go? Yours sincerely, Superintendent Potts.
Oh, darling, listen, another one. Dear Mr. Perrin, I'm sorry I left without telling you it was the thefts. And also I felt I wasn't conquering my shyness as quickly as I'd hoped. Yours sincerely, A.B. Mewling, brackets, Shyvette, brackets.
Reggie, I committed those thefts.
Oh, darling, why didn't you say so?
You. Don't try to find me. No use. Took £1,100, 4 watches, 3 rings, 2 bracelets and Jimmy's medals. Sorry, Clive Lofty Anstruther.
P.S. also took the 12 cleggle of gunges. Ain't guests left because of those cleggle of gunges, that long streak of...
Reggie, forget it and move on to new triumphs.
Yes, you're absolutely right, darling. Let's forget it and move on to new triumphs.
Right, let's hit the culture. Score some more with Antony and Cleopatra.
And remember, it's anti-self-consciousness month, so let it all hang out. Bash the Bard. He's the kiddie.
Oh, could I just ask you one question? How do you think Cleopatra would have kissed?
I really don't know. How do you think she would have kissed?
Well...
Maybe you better show me. Yes, I think she probably would have kissed very much like that. Knockout.
I couldn't have kissed like that as Deborah Swartham. I was just being the sultry queen of the now. I'm very inhibited as me. If you were to come to my room and things when I was me, I wouldn't be like that. But you wouldn't want to.
How do you know?
Well, I have this frigid element, you know, and I sort of turn men off and things.
Rubbish.
I mean, if you were to come to my room during dinner this evening, because food is pretty draggy, isn't it?
Food is Dullsville, Arizona.
This evening, perhaps you could try and help me to get over these inhibitions of mine.
I could try.
Deborah?
Well played, Deborah. You've got good distribution.
Thanks. Oh, sorry. I nearly fell over. I'm so sorry. I know that I'm not the sort of girl to turn men on and things.
You are.
I have this distancing effect which shrivels the male libido.
I assure you, my libido isn't shriveled.
Come to my room during dinner tonight. Unless, of course, you don't find me exciting enough to miss your food.
I'm not a food person.
Deborah?
Please, can I... Please! Not very long ago, I praised you all in this very room. And, well, not in this very room, in that very room. But now we're in this very room because I'm very cross, and this is a very much better room for being very cross in. Why am I cross? Because there has been a sad decline in morale. Now, these things must be nipped in the bud. So that is what this meeting is for, to find out which buds, how they should be nipped, and in what. And with what. So I'd like each of you to give me a firm idea how they would improve morale. Who wants to start?
Get rid of Deborah Swaffham.
Oh, is she the one with the big gun?
Yes.
Yes. I hadn't really noticed her. Would you like to give me your reasons, Sir Jane?
Certainly. When I do a job, Reggie, I do it properly. I'm not a man to spoil the ship for a ha'porth of spilt milk. So when one evening Miss Swaffham proposed to me that we should have an extramural role-playing session, I heard the trumpet call of duty, and we had an extramural role-playing session.
What roles did you play, Sir Jane?
Mothers and fathers. No mistake, Reggie. I didn't get Brian today by playing mothers and fathers. Still, never mind, out of the mouths of babes and little children. She was playing the mother, by the way. She took off her clothes. It's been a long time, Reggie, and I forgot myself.
You forgot yourself, Sir?
Forgot. She hit me. We dressed in angry silence.
We? So you got undressed as well?
She was shy of undressing. She said she had an unsexy body. I said, you haven't seen mine. She said it might help her if she did. She did. It didn't.
Well, that just goes to show how we should leave all medical matters like this to the doc.
No. She got on the couch. She seemed so tense and vulnerable. I only put my arm round her.
Where were you, Doc?
Oh, I was on the couch as well. I didn't want to be in an analyst-patient situation. I thought it would be better to be in a patient-patient situation. I'm afraid I forgot myself as well. It's been even longer. She hit me. I fell off the couch. Twisted my... Still very painful.
Single to the terminus.
What?
What? Sorry, I must have nodded off. Thought I was on holiday. Malta. Bus ride. Nice old bus is green, instant ticket system. Sorry. Not sleeping well. This business, lofty, taking both my medals, morale shot to pieces. What's meeting all about? Rather missed that bit.
Low morale, Jimmy.
Treacherous chap, low morale.
Yeah.
Depressing sort of code.
Absolutely. Now, Doc, can we hear your idea for improving morale, please?
Get rid of Deborah Swaffham.
Now, can we please move on from Deborah Swaffham?
Here, here. She's bad news City, Arizona, that one. I mean, I went to his room. Carl wasn't even there.
Oh, you two. I mean, you two tootled off to a room and she wasn't even there.
All the time, you pretended she was ill and didn't want any dinner. It's pathetic.
Oh, so that's why you said you were ill.
Not you as well, Tom. My God, Perrin's. It's more like Sodom and Gomorrah.
I went to her room to discuss tactics, that's all. Nothing happened.
No, she wasn't there, you poor sap.
Face up! Now! I've broken the gavel. Symbolic moment. Perrin's is finished. Utopia kaput. Panacea for all mankind. Stuff it.
I'm disgusted with you all. Have we nothing better to do than insult one another?
Exactly. Out of the mouths of babes and little children.
Oh, stop saying that. It's meaningless, you stupid fool.
Darling.
Is our wonderful community to collapse because of a few petty thefts and a mixed-up woman who makes a fool of all the men? Problems are what we're here to deal with, for goodness sake. Deborah Swaffham should see the sex therapist. It's what he's here for. We must fight back and reveal these setbacks for what they are. Pinpricks. So cheer up. Things could be worse. And now let's have some sensible suggestions.
That's right. Sensible suggestion. Thank you very much, darling. What a sensible suggestion. Now, come on. Let's have some sensible suggestions.
Well, why don't you have Red Rovers, you stupid Maltese fool?
Please, try to look on me not as a sex therapist, but as a man.
I'll try.
I didn't mean to be frightened by all those men, but they give off an aura of sexual aggression. Tony and DJ and things.
CJ.
Oh, I'm hopeless with names. I don't think I'd be frightened with you. I bet that you don't give off an aura of sexual aggression.
Oh, thank you very much.
I bet that you are all helpless and inadequate and cuddly and things.
Oh, thank you very much. Super.
Why don't you come to my room at lunchtime and teach me not to be frightened?
Well, thank you very much. Super. Deborah?
Oh, my God!
Deborah? Oh, no, Deborah, Deborah, you must stop this. No, Prue has left David and gone back to her mother. No, don't, give me that key. Come on. Deborah, give me that key immediately. If you think you're going to try and confuse me like this, you're making a very, very big mistake. Come on. Take that key out of the cleavage. Come on.
You'll have to come and get it.
I'm not going to come and get it at all. I don't want it. I mean, I don't want that. I want the key.
I wasn't really frightened of all those men. It was just a ruse to get you up there, because you are the man with the power and things. Power turns me on.
No, please, Deborah, now this is absolutely ridiculous.
You don't find me attractive?
No, I do. I find
Nobody does.
I find you gorgeous, absolutely irresistible, but I'm but I've thought of something you haven't thought of. You won't give me the key, I'll go out of the window. It's not the first time I've done this, you know. Hadn't thought of that, had you? Hey? Bye-bye, Deborah. I need a doctor.
Well, I am a doctor.
No.
Faith and trust, Reggie. Where's your faith and trust?
You need a doctor.
Oh, darling, I'm bruised all over. I'm sure I've broken something. Oh, darling, everything's going wrong. Prue's left David, 8 guests have left. Oh, suddenly everything is chaos.
Well, Reggie, there's one consolation. Things couldn't get worse.
Come back. Lost all the money, dud horse. Had to pawn Jimmy's medals. Rotten through and through. Help me, Reggie.
You bastard!
I am Mrs. E. Blythe Erpingham. I live in Buenos Aires Crescent, at Windy Ways.
Oh, bad luck.
I have a petition, Mr. Perrin, signed by 1,276 residents.
Oh. We, the undersigned, object to the presence of Perrins, which is inconsistent with the character of this predominantly residential area.
Photostats have been sent to the Leader of the Council, to our MP, and to the Botchley and Spraunton Gazette.
Oh, thank you so much.
I do want to assure you, Mr. Perrin, this is only because of the parking, the crowds, the noise, the disturbance caused by your peacekeeping forces, and the undesirable types attracted by your excellent project. There's nothing personal in it whatsoever.
Oh, good. There's nothing personal in this either. Pint of bitter, please.
This dry, sunny weather's bad for my trade. People go out to the country for a drink, you see.
What a miserable, mean, boring, petty-minded twit you are.
Hello, darling. You had a good morning?
Excellent. I'm not at all depressed that 22 more guests have left, and I'm not worried my ribs are still aching, having fallen off the drain pipe last week.
Now, Reggie, don't be so sarcastic.
Sarcastic? I'm never sarcastic, darling. Don't be ridiculous.
And please don't be rude, Reggie.
I'm not rude. I'm never rude. I wasn't rude to that cow this morning who's Mrs. Blythe Erpingham, and I tore that petition over her head, and I certainly wasn't rude to the landlord of the George and Dragon when I called him a miserable, mean, boring, petty-minded twit. And I didn't even know it was a police car.
What?
And I didn't mean to do any of it anyway. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Oh, sorry, Tom. I didn't know you were there, otherwise I wouldn't have sighed. Everything's going splendidly. What is there to sigh about?
I was just writing you a note, Reggie.
Oh, really? I thought you were ballooning across the Atlantic. sorry, Tom. Sorry.
McBlain has been telling Adam and Jocasta stories which are not entirely suitable for their young ears.
Surely they don't understand a word he says.
Adam asked me what a Turkish brothel was, and Jocasta says she's going on the game when she grows up.
They understand every word he says. All right. I'll have a word with him, but then I'll give him a piece of my mind.
He's not an easy person to speak to,
Reggie. I have just given a piece of my mind to the landlord of the George and Dragon, the miserable, mean, boring, petty-minded twit. I've also given another piece of the same mind to that miserable cow, Mrs. Blythe Erpingham. I'm a master of giving people pieces of my mind. There's hardly any of my mind left to give. All right, Tom, don't worry. McBlain will present no problems. Sorry, Tom. Don't worry. Ah, McBlain, there you are. McBlain, there's something I want to say to you. The salmon mousse was absolutely superb yesterday, thank you very much.
Hang on, slick, you wee scrabbler.
Yes. But man cannot live by salmon mousse alone, McBlain.
Lift your clunge.
Yes, that's as maybe. But McBlain, this, and this is a big bus. Well, not a very big bus, a sort of medium size. About that. But it is a bus. I understand you've been telling stories to Adam and Jocasta. That's jolly splendid, very nice indeed. But some of the stories, I think, perhaps have been a little too spicy. Rather like your seafood pilaf a la mode d'Arbroath. Spiciness, brilliant though it may be in your seafood pilaf a la mode d'Arbroath, is a little less appropriate when telling stories to young, yes, right, point taken, good. I won't say any more about it then. Thank you.
Basknod, we reel and brawly doon. Oh, wouldn't he clang a flot wingle?
Oh, come off it, McBlain. Stop playing games with me. You can make yourself understood if you want to, you mobile bandage emporium. Of course you can. Go on, make yourself understood, you pock-marked Caledonian loon. The children understand you well enough, you diseased thistle from Partick. Come off it, because unlike you, it won't wash. Now,
And that! Love and peace, you bullies! Love and peace, you hear? You reckoned without Major James Gordonston Anderson, didn't you?
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yes, right, certainly, officer. Right, okay, goodbye.
Reggie, what's the matter?
Oh, McBlain broke an arm last night. I've got to go and bail him out.
Bail? I didn't know breaking an arm was an offence.
Oh, yes, if it's someone else's, darling, yes. Yes, apparently he went into that big pub on the bypass and attacked a Salvation Army lady with his meat cleave when she tried to sell him the war cry.
Oh, my God!
Yes, I imagine that's exactly what you cried. Unavailingly, as it turned out.
Well, what on earth made him do that?
I think I may have upset him yesterday, darling.
What did you do?
Oh, nothing much. I just called him a mobile bandage emporium, a diseased, pock-marked Caledonian loon, and a thistle from Partick.
Reggie, you tore up a petition over Mrs. Blythe Erpingham's head.
Yes.
You insulted the landlord of the George and Dragon, and now we're all banned.
Yes.
Oh, Reginald.
Yes.
You destroyed yourself at Sunshine Desserts.
Yes.
You destroyed yourself at Grot.
Yes.
You're not trying to destroy yourself again, are you?
Of course not, darling.
Look, Reggie, we've had a few thefts. We've had a bit of a disruption with the femme fatale, and now this little trouble with McBlain. But we're still thriving. We've still got 51 guests. We're still all right, Reggie.
Yes. Not so busy today, eh, McBlain? Only 40 guests left now. They've all gone as a result of the bad publicity. Well, I'm sorry, McBlain. McBlain. I mean, you may be a superb cook, but I'll be sorry to lose you, but I'm afraid we just cannot afford bad publicity like that in the community here. I'll be sorry to lose you, but I'm afraid you just got to go. To show there's no ill feelings, there we are. There's a golden handshake for £1,000. Right. Oh, welcome back, McLean. Talking of handshakes, obviously you will now hand back the golden handshake that on the other hand, of course, perhaps we could look upon it as an advance on your salary. Or another possibility occurs to me, perhaps we could look upon it as a bonus for your absolutely superb cooking. How about that? Jolly good, jolly. Oh, McLean, come on, speak to me. You can make yourself understood if you want to. Look, I know I'm English and middle class, but please speak to me so that I can understand, please.
Ye flecking muckle slapnack. Nee blechtig fleckbingle.
All right, have it your own way. And a little more of your jugged hair wouldn't come amiss. Oh, Doc, sorry, I didn't know you were there, otherwise I wouldn't have sighed. The fact that 14 more guests have left, nothing to sigh about, is there? Nothing to be gloomy about there. That's not a crisis, is it?
Never mind, Reggie. Every hour of need throws up a hero.
Yes, but who, Doc, who?
Me.
You?
Yes.
This?
Yes. Taste it, Reggie.
Doesn't taste of anything, Doc.
That tasteless, colourless liquid achieves, by chemical means, all the good that you're trying to bring to people in your community. Confidence is waning, Reggie. At one stroke, that wonder potion can revive it.
British invention, is it, Doc?
I invented it. I detect a lack of confidence in you now, Reggie, and it pains me. Where's your faith and trust?
Please, thank you. The staff, I've called you all here today to listen to Doc Morrissey, the wizard of the medicine chest. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, thank you, Reggie. I've invented this amazing potion which you see before you. Its ingredients consist of several things, with long names, which would be quite meaningless to laymen. But its effect is simple and stunning. It controls our adrenaline, our insulin, our blood supply, our sugar level, cures all aggression, inhibition, and regular doses keep our bodies in a state of complete equilibrium. Right, now, who's going to be the first to try it? Don't all shout at once, nuts.
Come on, where's your faith and trust? Come on.
I have a few qualms about it, I must admit.
Well, I'll try it.
Start, girl.
We can't afford to look a gift horse in the mouth, or we may go down with a sinking ship. I didn't get where I am today by looking a gift horse in the mouth, or by going down with a sinking ship.
Army put bromide in men's tea, subdue sexual feelings. Heat of battle, erotic fantasies dangerous. Chaps falling in love with their bayonet frogs, that sort of crap. Ends justify means. I'm for old Thingamy's Wonder What's It.
Me too.
Good scout.
Why are you smiling, Reggie?
Oh, no, sorry, I was just thinking about... Remember all those misprints on the English menus in Crete? You know, in the restaurants we saw lamb shops and lamp chops. We never actually saw one that said lamp shops. You know, rather like Jimmy. I've often heard him say stout girl and good scout. I've never actually heard him say stout scout.
Oh, Reggie.
Yes, sorry, Dolly, a bit of a red herring, perhaps, is rather important. You did ask me what I was smiling at, and that exactly was I was... Sorry, carry on, Doc.
Yeah, look, Doc, is this stuff going to work? I mean, I've had Tom's pineapple whiskey syndrome up to here. I'm not hitting any more revolting drinks unless it leads to Result City, Arizona.
I never made pineapple whiskey. It sounds revolting.
No, it was pineapple gin, and it wasn't.
No. Please, children. No, Doc Tony is absolutely right. He does have the right to ask, is it going to work? Now, Doc, has it been tested at all?
A bit.
There you are. Good. What on?
Pencils.
Pencils?
Pencils. What sort of pencils? HB, CJ.
I didn't get where I am today, tasting a liquid that's only been tested on pencils.
Did these pencils show a marked lack of aggression?
Oh, no, please. It's so easy to be sarcastic. It is a failing I myself have fallen into once or twice. No. It is a very negative approach. I'm sure the Doc has very good reason for testing it on pencils, haven't you, Doc?
Well, not really, no, but I didn't have any animals.
I'm glad. I'm not a testing things on animals person.
Oh, but pencils are all right, are they? I mean, what about the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Pencils?
I think vivisection of papermates is shocking.
Oh, quite. And I was absolutely outraged to read about the propelling pencil that was trained to turn round and propel itself up its own shaft.
Don't be so sarcastic. I'm happy to Don't try Doc Morris's medicine right now.
Start scout.
Oh, Jimmy said it. That's good. Nothing. No, well done. Well done. That's very good. There's one there now. Anyway, let's come on. Who hands up those who want to try Doc Morris's potion here and now? Come on. No, not you, Doc. No, no.
Yes, I'll try your medicine, Doc. If it makes me ill, Prue might come back to me.
Probably my qualms were just the calm before the storm. Joke. Joke over.
Oh, come on. It may as well be hung for a sheep as a Lambsville, Arizona.
Never let it be said that I was the one ugly duckling that prevented the goose from laying the golden eggs.
Never let that be said to you. Good, there we are, Doc.
And you, Reggie?
Oh, no. Somebody must be totally unaffected in order to observe the results scientifically. And who better than McBlain to carry out that toss? So there's my hand.
Splendid, Reggie.
Yes.
Now, will you be the first to drink it?
Oh, good, splendid.
The dose is half a glass.
Yes, but the guests and the rest of the staff, I want to leave them, so I'll take half a glass, whatever. Nothing to it. Come on, everybody else. Well, Doc, it would appear that the 23 guests and all the staff, with the exception of us 4, have gone down with a violent bout of dysentery.
It certainly does, Reggie.
It would appear, Doc, that the 23 guests and all the staff, with the exception of us 3, have gone down with a violent bout of dysentery.
It certainly does, Reggie.
Tidworth, all over again.
Very helpful remark, Jimmy. Totally incomprehensible, but thank you very much indeed. Very good. Tell me, have you any idea, Doc, what could have caused this outbreak?
I haven't the faintest idea, Reggie.
Well, I'll tell you. It was your wonder potion.
No, it's not possible, Reggie.
Huh?
Worse than Tidworth.
Here, Doc. How are you so sure it wasn't your potion, Doc? What was it?
Water.
Water?
Plain, simple water. You don't think I'm clever enough to create a drug with all those claims that I made for it, Reggie?
Yes, well, I did wonder.
Oh, did you really? Oh, charming.
Can you explain to us, Doc, why you presented us with a wonder potion that was in reality water?
Faith and trust, Reggie. It was psychological, not a medical miracle, Reggie. But I didn't want people to know that it was psychological.
Oh, I see. You concealed the fact that it was psychological for psychological reasons.
But I didn't want people to know that the reason was psychological. Psychology, Reggie. It was all lies. Even the bit about the pencils. I just tossed that in to add authenticity.
Wasn't a conspicuous success, though, was it, Doc?
I felt that, Reggie.
Anyway, why are we ill?
I haven't the faintest idea, Reggie.
Well, I could tell you, Doc, but I'm afraid in order to do so, I would have to be mildly rude.
Oh, do be mildly rude.
Very well, I'll be mildly rude, then. Your medical reputation as sunshine desserts wasn't exactly high, was it, Doc? I mean, you weren't known as the pasteur of the puddings, for example. And that abysmal reputation was hardly enhanced when you were struck off by the British Medical Association for gross professional incompetence. So far from inspiring us with confidence, I think you've provoked us into fear. I think we have persuaded ourselves into illness, a sort of the obverse of the mind over matter syndrome, the dark side of the psychological moon.
Mass auto-indigestion.
Exactly. Hysterical dysentery.
Yeah. Yes, it is possible, isn't it? Excuse me.
Where is everyone? What's wrong with my food?
Caught you out. I knew you could make yourself understood if you wanted. You disease. Sister from Pilot.
My Sanskrit, she
Just like that. Too late for that now, McBlain.
Where are you going?
Out! I can't stand the idea of a communal evening.
Oh, but we're having a Thanksgiving party for our recovery from dysentery. All the staff are going to be there and all 18 guests.
Good, well, I won't be.
But it was your idea.
It wasn't my idea to drink communal both of Andrew's liver salts and bicidol and go to the pub. Sorry, beg your pardon.
Holy God, it's Mr. Perrin himself.
Seamus Finnegan!
If it isn't, there's some bastard standing in me body.
Dreadful beer.
Oh, a noxious brew, undrinkable.
Yes, another pint.
Thank you, sir.
Right, 2 pints, please. Yes, and less of the sir, Seamus.
Thank you very much, sir. But your insistence that I don't call you sir is based on a false premise.
What premise is that?
You're thinking, poor old Seamus. I brought him out from the obscurity of the Climptop slip relief feeder road. A simple, tongue-tied Irishman from the land of the bogs and the little people. I rescued him from the swollen underbelly of that fat old sow that is urban deprivation. I made him admin officer of Grot in the hope that his simple Irish lunacy would bring the whole empire tumbling about our ears. But, with the true contrariness of Arden, he turned out to be a genius. Then I disbanded Grot, leaving poor old Seamus to return to the drunken, monosyllabic slime of the roadworks, his only companion simple oaths, and the occasional inarticulate driver of an articulated lorry. Back in the gloomy underbelly of the aforementioned sow of urban deprivation from which I said so irresponsibly rescued him.
Yes, I was thinking something along those lines. Perhaps in not so many words, Seamus.
I own 8 companies.
Do you? Oh, congratulations. Yeah. Puts my little effort in the shade.
What little effort did that be, sir?
Oh, at the moment I'm running a community on the far side of Botchley. We've had 1 or 2 problems recently, but what's the matter, Seamus?
Dark deeds. Some of the friends of my erstwhile acquaintance have friends who are the acquaintances of some right villains. And they have been receiving inquiries from some yobbos who have fallen foul of the peacekeeping activities of a certain community with a view to duffing up and generally doing over headquarters the same.
Good God, do you know when, Seamus?
Saturday.
Serious?
Possibly.
Thank you very much, Seamus.
I thought I banned you.
And what are you going to do about it, you boring pillock? Thank you very much, Seamus. Well, I think we ought to take this threat very seriously indeed and defend the community. 1 more blow could finish us.
Shouldn't we inform the police?
Well, we could, Tom, yes, we could. I could say that I met an eccentric Irishman in a pub who told me that he had some friends who knew some acquaintances, whose friends knew some people, whose friends knew some other friends, whose friends were going possibly to come here and do us over at some uncertain time next Saturday. We could then get in touch with the police and ask them to look after us, divert vast quantities of manpower from pursuing the butcher of Botchley, the Botchley strangler, the 8 men of Botchley, and the teenage arsonists of the Bulge Road Comprehensive School, and all the other louts who are causing such a horrendous crime wave that's engulfing us at the moment. Yes. Seeing the police, the yobbos wouldn't come. The police would dislike us even more than they do now. The yobbos would come the following week. Yes, we could do that, Tom. Yes, that's a very constructive suggestion. Thank you very much indeed, Tom.
Reverse sinking morale. See scum off ourselves.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Quite agree. We must do this ourselves. We must look after ourselves, and we must appoint a leader.
But you're our leader.
No, darling. This is a very specific task which requires a specific leader. Needs somebody oozing authority from every pore. Need I say more?
I don't think so, Reggie.
I refer, of course, to Jimmy.
Good God. Here.
I'm sorry, Doc, was that here to his appointment or to the good God?
Oh, I've no idea. I just thought it was time I said something.
I see, right. Thank you, Doc, for that contribution. Right, well, I think we ought to vote to this. Hands up, all those in favour of Jimmy as the, Yes, well, that's unanimous. Good.
Hardly unanimous, Reggie.
Oh, I think so, CJ. 9 votes, including myself?
There are 10 of us here.
Oh, yes, of course, Jimmy, yes, naturally didn't vote for himself.
Did, actually.
Well, I didn't actually see... I didn't notice who put their hands up, CJ. I just... Oh, I wonder who didn't vote for Jimmy, don't you, CJ?
I certainly do, Reggie.
Well, I didn't get where I am today without definitely saying that Jimmy is now the leader. Right.
Defence of HQ. Flee in here for loutish elements. Bingo. Message received, loud and clear.
Thank you.
Can do. Wilco. Roger and out.
Every single one of us must support our leader at this time. Right?
The last thing I want to do is leave you all in the...
Lurch?
Exactly. I don't want you to think that I'm a...
Snivelling little coward?
Exactly. My word, no. But, No, wait, it's Prue. I think I ought to...
Go and get Prue, bring her back here to help in the defence, because we need everybody at this time. Very good, I like your thinking, like your style. Off you go, David. Good, lad.
Super.
Right, we'll have another meeting tomorrow, by which time our defence supremo will have drawn up his plan.
Yes. Sorry, I'm late. Cock up on back collar stud front.
Well, yes, thank you. Right, hello, staff. Everyone. Well, good. Glad to see you all here. Now, since we had the meeting yesterday, I spoke to the guests, 14 of them, and I gave them the choice of sticking it out with us or going home. And every single one of the 14 has decided to go home. So, here we are on our own. I will now call upon our defence.
When I heard about the attack, I knew I had to come back.
Super. Jolly good, Prue, David. Sit down. I was just about to call upon our defence supremo, Jimmy.
Thanks, Reggie. At ease.
Thank you.
Tell you my thought processes.
That should be good for 15 seconds.
An element of surprise essential. Where will enemy expect us to be?
Inside?
Exactly. So where will we be?
Outside?
Precisely. In garden.
They'll see us.
Disguised. Precisely.
What as?
Exactly.
Well?
First thought, molehills.
Disguised as molehills?
Absolutely.
Molehills are too small, Jimmy.
Precisely, just what I thought. Next thought, compost heaps. One heap in each garden, 2 bods in each heap. I'm told I keep saying I didn't get where I am today by whatever it is. If so, I'm sorry. I'll try not to use the phrase again. However, if I didn't get where I am today by one thing above all other things, I didn't get where I am today. I didn't get where I am today by being disguised as half a compost heap. Compost heaps, pros and cons. Credit side. Big enough? Nice and warm? Element of surprise when attacked by compost heap considerable. Debit side. Smelly. Bad for morale. Field of vision limited. Delay in getting out of compost heap considerable. And, anyway, we haven't got any. Careful consideration, but on balance, thumbs down.
Congratulations, Jimmy. Well done.
Why, what for?
Well done on deciding it shouldn't be compost heaps.
Thanks, Reggie. Better idea. Trees.
Trees? Trees?
Disguised as trees.
Oh, disguised as trees.
Large wooden clubs disguised as branches. Let them approach house, take them in rear, terrify them, nail the sods!
Very good. Well, if you're all looking at me to nip this idea in the bud of Jimmy's that we should be disguised as trees, you're going to have a long wait, because I appointed him as our defence supremo. Trees, he says, and trees it's going to be. Bags me, Bill Hornby, the last outside the door's got their children's leave.
I feel an awful fool, Reggie.
Super.
Knockout.
Is that you, Jimmy? What time is it?
Midnight.
No, they're not coming.
Stay where you are. It's a diversion.
No, it's an accident.
I'm going to give up drinking.
I'm definitely going to give up drinking.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's growing by the riverside. We shall not be moved.
Very good. Let us drink the health of the community in Tom's rhubarb wine.
Cheers. To try to follow Joan's singing would be rather like the morning after the Lord Mayor's show before. but I wondered if all of you would like to hear an extract from my novel on ants.
Novel?
Ants?
I know what you're going to say.
You didn't get where you are today by writing a novel about ants.
Precisely, but it's never too late for a leopard to change horses in midstream.
What is your novel called, CJ?
I haven't decided between Watership Anthill, Plague Ants, Lord of the Ants, Ant of the Flies, Charlie's Ant, or No Sex Please We're Ants.
Yes, I can see the difficulty, CJ. Tricky choice, tricky choice. There'd be too much bother for you to go and get the book, wouldn't it?
I just happen to have an extract here with me.
Oh, dear.
The owl led Thrugwash Blunk through the forest, and then suddenly, without any warning, the...
Oh, thank God the yobbos have come. My God, they have! Jimmy! Jimmy!
What?
Jimmy! Jimmy! Give us your orders!
Orders? Get the bastards!
Yes, come in. Ah, Doc.
Oh, I'm afraid the time's come for farewells, Reggie.
Yes, I'm afraid it has, Doc. Injuries not cleared up yet?
Oh, not too bad.
What exactly is the problem, then, Doc?
Oh, I haven't the faintest idea.
What are you going to do now, then, Doc?
Oh, I'm going to become Professor Morrissey for good, Reggie.
Oh, that's absolutely... I'm so pleased to hear that, Doc. I mean, your spell as community psychologist has revealed to you your true worth, yes. Oh, taking up an academic career at your age. What courage. What an inspiration to lesser men.
Oh, no, I'm only going to call myself Professor Morrissey, Reggie. I'm going back to teaching English in Southwell. I find you can charge more per hour if you've got some sort of title.
Aye, that's it, yes.
Yes, my spell as community psychologist has revealed my true worth, Reggie. I always thought I was a fourth-rate fraud, but I'm not, Reggie. I'm only a third-rate fraud.
Oh, no, Doc. No. That's what Tony would call Self-Pitysville, Arizona. Oh. You're a jolly good doctor, Doc. Oh. You weren't a genius, but you were a jolly... Anyway, we used to call you, Doc, didn't we? You were just a little unlucky, that's all, Doc. Just a little unfortunate.
Yes, I shall miss you, Reggie.
I shall miss you too, Doc. Yes. Better see a doctor about those injuries, Doc. Ah, Tony.
Goodbye time, Reggie?
Yes, afraid so, Tony.
Charles City, Arizona?
Yes. Yes, I'm glad being my culture officer has improved your command of the English language, Tony.
Oh, it has, Reggie, it has. You know why? Because I'm really into Shakespeare. He's the kiddie. Real laid-back bard.
Yes. Yes, well, look after him, Joan.
Oh, I will. No sweat.
No need. OK, the community was a shambles, ultimately, but it's taught me where it's at, Reggie. It's at maturity. I'm now into responsibility.
Good.
No more wild, unrealistic dreams. I'm going to knuckle down to some hard work. Be a millionaire in 10 years.
Well, bye, Joan. Tony.
Reggie.
Yes. And thank you both very much for everything.
Knockout.
Well, this is it, as they say.
It certainly is, CJ.
You'll realise we may never see each other again.
Yes, I suppose that's always possible, CJ.
A sad moment, Reggie.
Extremely sad, CJ.
Well, this is it, as they say.
They certainly do, CJ.
Never outstay your doodah.
Absolutely, CJ.
Neither Mrs. CJ nor I has ever outstayed our doodah.
Yes. Ah, Jimmy.
Well, Reggie, this is it?
Yes, Jimmy. What on earth's the gun for?
Oh, keep it at bedside. Violent world, collapsing civilization, any swine attacks me, gets it where it hurts.
Now, what are you going to do now, Jimmy? Join the Foreign Legion?
No fear. Foreigners can't fight. Theory. Good cook, bad soldier. Your average Frenchie. Magnificent coq au vin, come the hostilities, pushes off to Vichy. High ties. Tanks with 4 gears, all reverse, pasta magnifica. English, spotted dick and watery greens fight till they drop. Reason, nothing to live for. Talking too much, vain attempt to hide emotion, typically British.
No, not at all, Jimmy, not at all. What is a jolly interesting theory, Jimmy. Very good. Yes, what will you do now, then?
Well, an old pal of mine, Nigel Ginger Carstairs.
Oh, Jimmy.
Sound Cove, top drawer, owns Chairlift, Switzerland, wants me to go in with him. Good prospects. Chairlifts are on the up and up.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that one, Jimmy.
Me too, Reggie. Reggie.
Jimmy. Carry on. I can't bear any more of these farewells. How long will it be before I see that proud, honest English face again? 10 seconds.
Pardon?
Nothing, Jimmy, nothing. Yes?
I just wondered, odd bit of food going Bakshi, odd egg, crust, that sort of caper, iron rations for journey, a bit of a cock-up on the catering front.
Sorry, Jimmy, no can do. Roger Wilco and out. Yes.
No, suppose you wouldn't have. Hard times, eh?
Yes.
Ah, well. Chin-chin.
Yes. Perrin's A Blueprint for a Better World by Reginald Perrin. Oh, rubbish. Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy, no! For God's sake, take what you like, take it.
Quiet, Reggie.
Well, this is it.
It certainly is. Oh, sorry you called him Reggie now.
No fear.
What will you do?
There are jobs for us in the old family firm in Haverfordwest. Our wandering days are over.
We see you one day, huh?
Oh, yes, we must.
Super!
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. See you soon.
I shall take up the reins of a state agency once again. But I regret not one moment of the events that have transpired. Frankly, I was becoming a bit of a bore. Without you, Reggie, and not forgetting you, mother-in-law, I would have gone on and on, slowly but steadily ossifying. And I would have ended up as pomposity personified. A dream is over, Reggie. But because of that dream, reality can never be quite the same again.
I'm glad you haven't ended up as pomposity personified, Tom.
We won't hang about. I don't like goodbyes. I'm not a goodbye person.
Good. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't see the point in protracted goodbyes. I like to say goodbye and get it over with. It may be a fault, but that's the way I am. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Darling, how did you get on?
Oh, absolutely splendidly, darling. The world is full of vacancies for people like me. Amazing opening for washed-up executive. Yes, geriatrics electronics requires unemployed post-menopausal loony. Previous sackings an advantage, bonuses for moxiocydes. Yes, the successful candidate will have frayed trouser bottoms, anxious eyes, and at least 3 major career cock-ups. Now I see the table is laid for another luxurious meal. What masterpiece of international haute cuisine are we having tonight?
Black pudding ragu.
Oh, black pudding ragu, yum, yum. Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Does it sound as bad as that?
No, it's not that, darling. It's just that I've brought you such trouble, haven't I?
Don't be silly, darling. I regret nothing.
Je ne regrette rien, the Edith Piaf of Leibniz Drive.
Now, something may turn up tomorrow.
No, darling, nothing will turn up tomorrow. Darling, something has turned up. Listen. From the personnel manager, Amalgamated Aerosols. Dear Mr. Perrin, no doubt you have heard of us. No, I haven't. As you are almost certainly aware, we are one of the fastest growing companies in the highly profitable growth industry of aerosols. We produce both the can and the contents. How exciting. We are known equally for industrial chemicals, insecticides, furniture polishers and hair lacquers, whilst our air fresheners and deodorants are experiencing the sweet smell of success. Oh, dear. As you can see, we are also not without a sense of humour. Well, we'll discuss that one later. We feel that the man who masterminded Grot and Perrins must have ideas to offer the world of aerosols. It must be mad. Perhaps you would care to telephone my secretary to fix an appointment. Yours sincerely, James A. Fennell, personnel manager. Ah, wonder how they heard of me, darling.
Well, they did. That's what matters.
Yes, mind you, Amalgamated Aerosols.
Sound confident and decisive,
yes.
Reggie. Show them who's master.
Yes, I will. Mr. Fennell, secretary, please. Thank you. Confident, decisive. Fennell, secretary. Reginald Perrin here. I have a letter from Mr. Fennell, wishes to see me. I'm just thumbing through my diary here. I see I can fit you in either Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. The later in the afternoon, the better, particularly if it's Wednesday. Right. Splendid. Thank you. Bye. Seeing Mr. Fennell Thursday morning, 9:30.
Bonjour.
Oh, bonjour.
Bienvenue à Londres.
Ah, merci bien.
Asseyez-vous.
Oh, merci mille fois. I can play this sort of executive game till the Vashes come home.
Est-ce que vous fumez?
Merci, non, je ne fume pas.
Bon,
très bon.
Maintenant l'affaire.
Oui.
Le ton et le courant de la mer tendent peu sombre.
I'm sorry, je ne comprends pas the last little bit. You've got to finish with the last little bit.
Time and tide.
Wait for no man. Got it, yes. Got it.
You're English?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's absolutely certain, no doubt about it.
Aren't you Monsieur Duvavier?
No, I'm Monsieur Perrin. Mr. Perrin.
Hell!
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's not your fault. I've been given the wrong file. Why the hell did you answer me in French?
I thought it was some sort of executive game.
What do you want to see me about?
I thought you wanted to see me.
Well, you see, I'm a bit stymied without the file.
Yes.
But what do I want to see you about?
Well, I presume from your letter you were planning to offer me a job.
Oh, you must be the bod that FJ wants to see.
FJ?
Yes, he's our managing director. Why?
Your managing director's called FJ?
Yes, why?
No, nothing, just nothing.
Perrin! Grot!
Yes, that's right.
Oh, of course, you must be the bod FJ wants to see. Now, why didn't you say so?
I didn't know I was the bod FJ wanted to see.
Oh, yes, FJ seems to think you're just the bod we need.
Well, I'd certainly like to work in a high-growth, rapid-yield, multifaceted industry like aerosols.
Say that guff for FJ. Straight through the door.
All right, merci bien. I mean, through here. Yes. Right. FJ.
Go! Perrin, welcome. I believe you know my brother, C.
Good heavens! You are CJ's brother.
Oh, yes. I didn't get where I am today without...
My God, you say that as well?
No, that's just my little joke. I'm very different from C. Do sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Good gimmick, eh? C copied it. He never really carried it through. My brother's too soft.
Soft?
All mouth and no trousers. You weren't taken in, you weren't frightened by his manner, I hope.
Frightened by him? Good Lord, no. Pull the other one.
No, I am. Ha.
I see.
Cigar? Lighter! Ashtray! Thoroughly discomfited, the hopeful employee quakes, eh?
Absolutely.
You fancy working here?
I'd certainly like to work in a highly growth, rapid yield, multifaceted industry like aerosol.
Yeah. Save that cup for Fennel.
Yes, I've seen Mr. Fennel.
Oh, you've seen Fennel, eh? Nozzles!
I beg your pardon?
Nozzles! Your views on! Think on your feet!
I'd rather think sitting down. It's all the same to you. Nozzles, yes, they're the thing on the top of air fresheners. You can never see the arrow properly. You always point it the wrong way, get a knife full of air freshener.
I like a man who can think on his feet. You and your good lady must come to Leatherhead someday and have dinner with me and my good lady.
Very good of you, F.J.
Mrs. F.J. cooks an amazing lobster thermostat.
Oh, really? That sounds amazing.
Yes, you have to be very careful at what temperature you serve it, hence the name.
Really?
No.
What?
There's no such thing as lobster thermostat, it's lobster thermidor.
Yes, I know that.
Well, why the hell didn't you say so? Because you thought I was a pretentious, ignorant oaf who'd got it wrong.
That's it, exactly.
You fell headlong into my executive trap.
Yes, I certainly did, F.J.
I don't like being called a pretentious, ignorant oaf.
And I'm sorry about that, F.J. F.J., may I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Did C.J. recommend me, F.J.?
Yes.
Good God. I mean, G.G. I mean, yes.
I've got your chap Perrin here, Fennel. Oh, you thought he was my chap, did you? Well, he's your chap, I assure you. What do you think of him? Huh? Oh. 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 Well, I happen to think he has a flair for unusual invention and is just the man for us. Oh, you agree? Good, yeah. Well, it's your decision, Fennel. I hope you're right. Goodbye, Fennel. You start on Monday fortnight. You'll be working in our air freshener and deodorant division. Goodbye, Perrin. All right.
Briefcase?
Thank you, darling.
Umbrella?
Thank you, darling.
Have a good day at the office.
I won't. Oh, God. Do you, Reginald Perrin, take British Rail's Southern region for your awful dreaded life? For better, for worse, for fuller, for dirtier, in lateness and in cancellation till retirement or phase redundancy, do you part? I do. I have to. Place this ring of dirt around your neck, it will be there every day. Oh, God! Sorry. Good morning, Miss... I don't even know what my job is. But only another 7 hours, 59 minutes to go. Come in. Oh. Oh, thank you.
I'm Iris Hoddle. I'm your secretary.
Oh, hello.
Mr. Capebread's taken your in and out trays, I'm afraid. He's been transferred to canisters. He shouldn't have taken them, they're like gold, but that's Mr. Cakebread for you. Anyway, I've put through an F1765, so fingers crossed.
Yes, yes. Oh, we keep everything crossed. Nothing, doesn't matter. No.
It's coffee.
No, it isn't. No. I don't see anything on the door, my name, or I mean, Reginald Perrin, or sales area executive, or deputy, or what I mean is I don't know what my exact title is.
Quite honestly, Mr. Perrin, they haven't even told me what you are.
Well, if they haven't told you, why should they bother telling me? Yes, quite understandable. Yes. Incidentally, if it's any interest, my train was 17 minutes late due to passengers boarding and alighting. Very attractive, but not very bright. Nothing, that's enough.
If you'd like a notice put on your door, I can ask CJ.
CJ? You mean FJ, don't you?
No, FJ's managing director. CJ is head of our department.
You mean CJ's my immediate boss?
Oh, yes, he's just started here too. Oh, do you know him?
Slightly.
Morning, Reggie.
Good morning.
I'm in the next office. We can use the adjoining door.
Absolutely splendid, CJ. Excuse me.
Accident?
Coffee.
Oh, good. Sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I leave all that to F. These childish pranks seem to amuse him. Did he pull his lobster thermostat stunt?
Yes, he did.
Pathetic power seems to make some people behave very foolishly, Reggie.
It certainly does, CJ.
Adjoining offices, eh?
Yes, splendid, CJ.
We can be in and out like lamb's tails.
Absolutely marvellous, CJ.
But not in each other's pockets.
Oh, no, definitely not in each other's pockets, CJ. CJ, might I ask you one trifling detail about my job?
Certainly.
What is it?
Well, didn't they tell you?
No.
Typical. You're my think tank.
Think tank?
Yes. CJ on red. Send in Muscroft and Roswell. I've stuck my neck out over you, Reggie.
Oh.
F, I said, you always promised me that if things went wrong, there'd be a niche for me in Aerosol House. I preferred to go my own way, I said, but now I'm prepared to take that niche on one condition. What condition's that, C? He inquired. F, I said, I want Reggie Perrin as my think tank.
That's very kind of you, C.
I was your boss, then you were my boss, now I'm your boss again, but I haven't got you here in order to gloat. That's not the CJ way. Reggie, do you remember that exotic ices project all that time ago at Sunshine Dessert?
Oh, good heavens, am I likely to forget it?
I like your attitude.
Yes, you want me to do the same with aerosols, don't you?
You're the shrewd one,
yes.
Reggie. The world of aerosols and air fresheners is in the doldrums.
Yes, you want new smells, strawberry, raspberry, lychee.
I like your thinking.
Yes,
Come! Morning, Muscroft. Morning, Roswell. From now on, you take your instructions from Mr. Perrin here.
Marvellous.
Terrific.
Oh, my God.
It's all systems go on the exotic air fresheners. The world is our oyster. You can have the spices of the Orient and the wild flowers of the Andes, and between us we shall turn a mundane visit into the washroom into a sensual wonderland. This is the big one.
Marvellous.
Terrific.
Oh, my God.
Every dog has his day.
Marvellous.
Terrific.
Oh, my God.
That's all, gentlemen. Stay behind, Reggie.
Marvellous.
Terrific. Reggie.
Yes,
I don't want any funny business.
Funny business, CJ?
You've been on a switchback of fate. You were discontented. You thought there was a greener hill far away with grass on the other side, and you went in search of it, and you found there isn't a greener hill far away with grass on the other side.
Yes, I realise there isn't a green hill far away on the other side of the
You've returned a wiser and better man, and that's an order.
Very well, CJ.
I want you to familiarise yourself with the state of play, odour-wise.
Yes.
There's a smelling in Boreham Wood tomorrow.
Smelling in Boreham Wood?
I like your attitude.
Thank you, CJ.
Edrich from Nozzles can take you in his car.
Edrich!
Amidst all the twists and turns of our entangled fates, Reggie, I hope that we've learned to live and work together, and how to employ patience and understanding and tolerance and kindness.
I certainly hope so, CJ.
Reggie!
CJ!
We aren't one of those dreadful firms that thinks a man on the downward slope when he starts spilling coffee down his crutch. Goodbye, Reggie!
Briefcase?
Thank you, darling.
Umbrella?
Thank you, darling.
Have a good day at the smelling.
I won't. I certainly won't. Mustn't arrive at the smelling. Roll on deodorants. I say roll on, that's what they must have said in the bad old pre-aerosol days. Roll on deodorants. You know, like they used to say in the army, roll on demob. Only now there is a product actually called a roll-on deodorant, you see. It's a sort of play on words. You know, roll-on... but it doesn't really matter. I just thought Oh, God. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the procedure is very simple.
Marvellous.
Terrific. All you do is you enter the smell-proof booth.
Marvellous.
Terrific. The procedure is very simple. You enter the smell-proof booth. And then you mark each smell out of 10, all right, for strength, pleasantness, originality, durability, penetration, and consumer appeal, all right? But above all, you must say what each smell reminds you of. Marvellous. Terrific. Thank you very much. Right, I'll set the ball smelling. Yeah, I'll set the ball smelling. Why did I do it?
Briefcase?
Thank you, darling.
Umbrella?
Thank you, darling.
Have a good day at the office.
I won't. Goodbye, darling. Oh, why did I do it? Why? Sorry.
Something rather extraordinary seems to have happened at the smelling.
How extraordinary, CJ?
Normally, nothing extraordinary happens at a smelling, but yesterday it did. Cigar.
Thank you, CJ. Thank you, CJ.
The computer has processed the results of the smelling. Exactly. As you so rightly say, Now, this is what smell number 1 reminded its smellers of. 5 people, mountains, 4 people, snow, 3 people, fresh water, 2 people, large forest, 1 person, Bolivian unicyclist jockstrap.
This is extraordinary, CJ.
Smell number 2. 9 people, herbs. 1 each for lavender, thyme, marjoram, spice factory, heather, and Bolivian unicyclist jockstrap.
This is astonishing, CJ.
Smell number 3, a greater degree of unanimity.
Good.
14 people, roses.
Splendid.
But 1 person, Bolivian unicyclist jockstrap.
I can hardly credit this, CJ.
Same sorry story for all 10 smells.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I didn't get where I am today by everything smelling of Bolivian unicyclist jockstrap.
Finish the thought, CJ.
There will be an investigation.
Yes, CJ.
Who will lead that
I've
investigation?
no idea, CJ.
You, Reggie.
Me.
You, this is the big one. Goodbye, Reggie.
Goodbye, CJ.
Reggie.
CJ.
Be thorough. Leave no worm unturned.
CJ, I'll find out who did this if it's the last thing I do.
I like your attitude.
Thank you, CJ. Goodbye. He knows, and he knows that I know he knows. I might as well be hung for a sheep as a baking tin. A baking tin, a lamb. Might as well hang for a sheep as a lamb. Come in, would you please, Miss... come in, would you please? Sit down, Miss Kettle.
Hoddle.
I'm sorry, yes. Take a saucepan, Miss Hoddle.
Saucepan, Mr. Perrin.
I'm sorry. Take a letter, Miss Kettle.
Hoddle.
Hoddle. I'm sorry, I seem to be calling everything by the name of kitchen utensils. I'll try and stop it. Take this letter to all present yesterday at the colander.
Colander?
Not the colander, no. To all present at the smelling yesterday. All present at the smelling. Somebody at the smelling wrote down that every air freshener smelt of a Bolivian unicyclist jockstrap. After considerable research, I have discovered who this idiot was. It was me. I did it. And not only did I do it, I'm glad I did it. And I will now tell you why I did it, and I choose my words very carefully. I did it because I find the whole thing absolutely fish slice. I will go further than that. I find it utterly and totally egg whisk. Get that radioed off, will you please, Miss Huddle, and distribute it to all departments of the kitchen. Thank you. Miss Huddle, this is Reginald Perrin. Would you... on the phone. Would you please look up the times of trains to the Dorset coast? Okay. What is it, darling?
It just isn't going to be like a family Christmas, Reggie.
But, darling, the community's our family now. We have 24 guests, 11 staff. It'll be like 35 relatives sitting down at Christmas dinner.
But I don't want McBlain to cook the Christmas dinner. I want to do it myself.
Why, darling? McBlain may be a little bit...
Unsophisticated, incomprehensible, dirty, violent, and covered in boiled plaster.
Yes, he may be a little unsophisticated, incomprehensible, dirty, violent, and covered in boiled plaster, but he's a marvellous cook, darling.
And you're afraid of him?
And I'm really? What on earth made you say that? Afraid of McBlain? Listen, if you want to cook Christmas dinner, I'll tell him first thing in the morning. You mustn't worry about petty things like that, darling. Now go to sleep. Morning, McBlain.
Spliff your crunch.
Point taken, McBlain. I just thought I'd like to come in and have a little chat with you, if that's all right. Good. So that'll be me knocking at the door. There you are, McBlain. Jolly good. May I say, on behalf of the staff, we thought the carbonade de boeuf flamande were absolutely superb yesterday. The thing is, McBlain, frankly, my wife would, well, that is my wife and I, would, with the possible exception of myself, would like it if we could have the carbonade de boeuf flamande again sometime.
Fleck and my brutes with flanges.
Now that I didn't know. Well, only 8 braising days to Christmas, eh?
Wee Jimmy hasn't yet the grip of my bell black dolls. Up your clunge.
It's a little bit over-commercialised, I quite agree. Looking forward to seeing your relatives, I imagine, are you?
Ah, nee. Snitty clenges when he snoots to a hingle breezel.
No, the family's perfect, quite agree. Spending Christmas with friends, I imagine.
Ah, nee. Banley sniffle bastards. Albie Stainer.
You'll be spending Christmas with Albie Stainer. Jolly good, couldn't be better. Yes, nice chap, is he?
Albie Stainer?
Yes.
Albie Stainer?
Yes, Albie Stainer. You'll be staying here? Oh, I see. Oh, jolly good. Oh, couldn't be better. You'll be able to cook Christmas dinner. Oh, that is splendid news. I go. Carry on, McBlain. Darling, we've had a marvellous Christmas, a wonderful New Year. You realise how right I was to persuade McBlain to stay on? We've got 35 guests, 5 houses bursting at the seams, so what's the worry?
Well, that's what's worrying me. I just can't cram everybody into the accommodation. We'll end up by boarding people out in Lisbon Crescent and Nairobi Avenue. It's turning my job into a nightmare.
Heavens, darling, is that all? I'll fix that up tomorrow morning. People have to share, that's all. You mustn't make difficulties over minor matters like that, darling.
And who can we get to share?
Anybody. Doc Morrissey and CJ, for example.
Oh, I'd like to see you get Doc Morrissey and CJ to share a room.
Easy. I bet you a £5 I can, all right?
All right.
Right. Madam Secretary, Reggie here. Will you on Green? Will you bring in CJ in now, please? Thank you very much. Morning.
Morning, Reggie.
Morning, work stress therapist. Sit down, CJ. Well, CJ, success is growing by the week.
I knew it would, Reggie. It's a long lane that gathers no moss.
It certainly is, CJ. But success brings its own problems. People are going to have to make sacrifices.
Glad to hear it, Reggie. Sacrifice never killed the cat.
It certainly doesn't, CJ. I want you to share your bedroom with McBlain.
Yeah.
Look, I think I know what you're trying to say, CJ. You're careful, you're on red. I think I know what you're doing. You're trying to say that you didn't get where you are today by sleeping with sweaty Caledonian chefs. Yes, I didn't realise you would feel quite so strongly about it, CJ, so I'll tell you what I'll do. You can share with Doc Morrissey instead.
Oh, thank you, Reggie. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, thank
Thank
you, Reggie.
Oh, very clever. If you'd asked him to share with Doc Morrissey straight off, he'd have gone berserk.
Exactly, but now he agrees in eager gratitude at being spared the odoriferous Scot. Now, thrilled to my shrewdness, as gently and tactfully I try the same simple psychological trick on our Doc. Right, show him in.
Doc?
Morning, Doc. Come in. Sit down now. Doc, I want you to share your bedroom with McLean.
Reggie! Oh, you had me going there for a minute, Elizabeth.
Oh, no, it's not a joke, Doc. We really are terribly crowded.
Yes, I know, but McLean...
He's a superb cook.
Look, Red Rum is a fine horse, but I've no intention of sharing it with him.
All right, Doc, I'll tell you what I'll do. You can share with CJ instead.
CJ?
The community is a great success. We now have 38 guests.
Super.
Knockout. My football with no opposition isn't a success, despite last week's 36-0 win. I still don't think I'm a football person.
And so you changed the system, darling. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Poggle Chops. I'm proud of you, too.
I don't even mind you calling me Poggle Chops anymore.
Oh, thanks, Squiggly Poos.
Marital bliss, a touching spectacle. Success on all sides. A new system, eh, Tom? What's it, eh?
Well, each team plays the wrong way and tries to score for the opponents.
Yes.
This encourages unselfishness and discourages aggression. It means that if you foul your opponents, you're really fouling yourself, so there's no point in fouling.
What about that, then, eh? Only Tom could have thought of something like that.
Thanks, Reggie.
No cock-up on football front.
No cock-up on any front, Jimmy. It's all absolutely marvellous, and people are flocking here. And, Jimmy, may I say, how wonderful it is to see you teaching VAT inspectors to help old ladies across the road, making quantity surveyors clear anchor a grove of litter.
Yeah, cleared Fredwell's pond today, flushed out old bedsteads in Mappin Wood. Tomorrow, mopping up operations, isolated pockets of litter throughout Botchley.
Super knockout.
Success City, Arizona.
I didn't get my hand today without recognizing Success City, Arizona, when I see it.
But you're softening us up for something unpleasant, Reggie.
Yes. Clever psychological insight from our psychologist there, yes. It's true, success brings its own problems.
Every silver lining has a cloud.
I couldn't have put that better myself. We are running short of accommodation, so from now on the garden sheds and sunrooms you've been using for therapeutic activities will have to become bedrooms for guests.
So, where do we do our activities?
Yes. Well, of course, naturally, I thought of that, yes. From now on, all your cultural activities, etc., will have to take place in your bedrooms.
Oh,
No, I realise you'll be doing things in the bedrooms you wouldn't normally do in your bedrooms. I mean, Tony Culture, Linda Art, David Sachs, but there it is. It's absolutely May I just say that very shortly there will be a chain of Perrinses stretching from Land's End to John O'Groats, and each of those communities will have its own highly paid manager. Now, I'll mention no names.
No names, no pack horses.
Exactly. But it would be a super knockout idea if I were able to choose those managers from amongst my staff here, because I'm a loyalty person, and I didn't get what I am today without realising you can have a cock-up on the staff in front of you aren't a loyalty person. Any complaints now? No. Thought not.
Darling, we've got 41 guests now. The community's working really well, so what's worrying you?
Well, Lolly, Mr. Dent from the Council Planning Office is coming tomorrow. He's got a hunt for planning irregularities, try and close us down.
Oh, is that all? You mustn't let petty things like that get you down. You'll handle him. You're a genius.
Yes, of course I am. Yes, you're absolutely right. Of course I am. I should be worrying about that.
I'll come straight to the point, Mr. Perrin. You are conducting a business on private premises, are you not?
No. Coffee?
No, thank you. I find the little social niceties interfere with my concentration.
Yes, they do, rather, don't they? McLean, Perrin here. Would you on Red, would you send up a coffee and biscuits for two, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me up straight away.
You were on the green phone.
Well spotted. Very well, yes. Excuse me, yes. McLean, Perrin here. I rang you just now, I said I was on red. I was actually on green, which I'm on now, yes. That won't affect the coffee or the biscuit? No? Good, thank you. Yes, thank you. And split your crunch too. Right, thank you, yes. Now, eagle-eyed Dent, they call you.
You wouldn't be trying to divert me from the matter in hand, would you, Mr. Perrin?
Good Lord, no.
You place adverts in the newspapers, clients arrive, they receive treatment, they pay. Now, is that not a commercial venture?
No.
I'm a very busy man, Mr.
Yes, I realise you must be with your powers of observation and intelligence.
True.
No, people come here and partake of what I offer. If when they leave they give me a few £100, it would be heartless to refuse.
Oh, Mahone.
Yes, quite. There we are. Our chef. You could probably get him condemned as a health hazard.
What What exactly is it you're aiming to provide in these houses of yours?
The universal panacea for all mankind. Ginger nut?
Thank you. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Perrin. I like the sound of your universal panacea for all mankind. It might do a bit of good.
Thank you.
Delicious ginger nut.
Thank you.
But my job is to make sure that there are no unauthorised changes of use.
I've made no structural changes. Another ginger nut?
May I? They're tasty. Structural changes aren't the be-all and end-all, Mr. Perrin.
I realise that, Mr. Dent.
Nice ginger nut is quite as nice as the first.
Yes, you're a shrewd judge of a ginger nut.
Are you trying to soft-soap me?
Oh, good Lord, no. You've got far too much moral fibre.
Thank you. So you've made no structural changes?
No. It's true that some garden sheds and some rooms are being used as bedrooms, but they could revert to their former use at the drop of a hat. And if the Jack Russell does big jobs in the dining room, is it on that account a downstairs toilet?
I could get you.
Yes?
I could get you on inadequate air vents.
Yes.
Though I say it myself, I shouldn't. I'm mustard on inadequate air vents.
I bet you're a little devil on inadequate air vents.
What a pathetic boast!
I'm sorry, what?
My one precious existence on this enthralling planet.
Yes?
And that's all I can summon up. Yes, I'm mustard on inadequate air vents.
Doesn't matter.
What a dismal piece of human flotsam I am!
You're not listening. No, you stay here in the community. Look, I'll show you some dismal bits of human flotsam. Come on, do you want to bring your biscuits with you? No, come on, I'll show you some dismal bits of human flotsam. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Perrin.
Now, normally these little group sessions are conducted by our psychiatrist, Dr. Morrissey, but he's had to go and see a psychiatrist. Now, this morning I want you to confess to all of those little innermost fears, those secret quirks, those little obsessions, worries, neuroses, kinks, insanities, all that kind of thing, all right? Good. Right, off we go. Anybody suffering from deep-seated aggression? No? Anybody feel a compulsion to dominate any group they're in? Obviously not, no?
I'm a raving puff.
Good, splendid. Oh, yeah, not splendid that you're a raving, but splendid that you're able to tell us that you're a raving. But not that there's any disgrace in being a raving. But it's very nice to be able to say nowadays, hello, I'm a
raving puff.
Exactly.
Not if you own a small factory in the potteries. It's bad for trade in the potteries if you're widely known as a Jessie. It's tantamount to economic extinction. And so I lead a double life of sad deception. By day, solid businessman, pillar of the Rotary Club. By night, a shadowy figure in the gay clubs of the Five Towns.
Ah, well done. Not well done that you're a shadowy figure in the gay club, but well done that you're able to do well. I think you know what I mean by well done anyway. Yes, good. Any more secret little face? Yes, one here.
I'm an insurance salesman.
Oh, never mind, we'll soon cure you of that. Next.
I haven't finished. Oh, sorry. Something absolutely dreadful's happened.
Huh?
I've lost my motivation.
Oh, dear.
I couldn't care less if there were hundreds of people wandering around tooting, seriously underinsured.
Oh, dear, you mustn't worry about that. It may seem serious to you now, but in a few weeks' time you'll be delighted you've lost your motivation, and a new career will beckon itself unto you.
No. I want to regain my motivation.
Oh, dear. I said, no, we don't go in. No. Any more problems?
I'm Ethel Merman.
Not the legendary Ethel Merman.
No, the unlegendary Ethel Merman. I'm a housewife from Gravesend.
I see. What's the problem?
Being called Ethel Merman. Everyone I meet trots it out like sheep. Not the legendary Ethel Merman, they say, as if no one's ever said it before.
Oh, do they really?
I said to my friend Mrs. Clark, Pet, I said, who'd have thought it? Two of us, in the one street. Both with the names of famous international artists, and nobody's ever heard of us. Said the same thing to the woman in the corner shop. Nobody's ever heard of us, Shirley, I said.
Shirley Bassey.
Shirley Smith. Shirley Bassey's the singer.
I answer to the name of Edwards.
I see no overwhelming problem in that.
And Breakspear. And Phipps Partington. I'm a con man. Sometimes it's convenient to change names quickly.
I mean, you really are a con man. You're not conning us, Mr...
Johnston. No, I'm a con man, all right. Just now I'm selling invisible fish. 6 invisible trout. With water, really. Invisible food for the invisible trout.
Well, thank you for telling us that, Mr...
Meredith.
Yes.
The dreams I started out with, Mr. Perrin.
Yes, well, we'll try and do what we can for you, Mr. Edwards, Phipps, Partington, Edward... Anybody else? What about our shy vet? Any little problems at all? No? Right, all right, well, let's discuss these problems we have.
What about me? Me, I have a secret too. Yeah. A secret, Mr. Dent. Inside, I'm a friendly, delightful, genial man, generous of spirit, eager to love and help the the human race.
It's just that it never seems to come out that way.
They don't encourage it down the town hall. Maybe here it will come out that way. I'll stay, Mr.
Good,
Perry.
good, he's going to
To
stay.
hell with the council. To hell with the air vents. Can I stay, please?
You can stay,
Let me
Mr.
stay.
Dent. Yes, you can stay. Darling, you were absolutely right.
Was I?
Yes, I am a genius. Yes, yes, I impressed Mr. Dent. Absolutely marvellous. Yes, he was impressed with my easy command, my intelligence, my warmth, but above all, by my innate modesty. Yes, yes. And not only is he not going to make any complaints, he's actually joined in the community. Huh? Everything's absolutely wonderful, and you, darling, you're wonderful too.
Reggie, are you sure you're all right?
Yes, of course I am, darling. Yes, worry, tension, and irritability are things of the past. Yes, come in, come in. Morning, Tom. How lovely to see you this Sandridge morning.
You all right, Reggie?
He's happy, Tom. Worry, tension and irritability are things of the past.
Oh, I see.
Yes, everything's marvellous, Tom. The whole community's working perfectly.
Oh, my football with each team playing for the opponents against themselves isn't working perfectly, Reggie. It's failed to remove the aggression. Since each team plays entirely for the opponents, they become the opponents who become them. And they kick the living daylights out of each other just as they always do.
Yes. Well, you must keep trying, Tom. You'll think of something. What you must do, you must persist, you see, Tom. Persistence, persistence, persistence. That's the...
Reggie!
Yes?
Eureka!
Pardon?
When you bashed your fist like that, you gave me an idea. I've solved the problem. I've taken the aggression out of sport.
Oh, Tom, I told you you'd come up with something. What is it?
Boxing.
Boxing. I think events have moved too fast for you again, Tom. Boxing has been invented, I fear.
With a difference. Non-aggressive boxing.
Oh, that certainly has been invented. Yes, come in, come in. Tony, how lovely to see you this Sandridge morning.
Is he all right? He's happy. Worry, tension and irritability are things of the past.
Tony, you've arrived just in time to hear Tom's new idea for non-aggressive boxing.
Non-aggressive boxing?
Yes.
Well, boxing's Aggression City, Arizona. I mean, it's Machismoville, Wyoming.
Each person hits himself instead of his opponent.
What about that, then, eh? Knockout! No, that's exactly what it will be. Well done, Tom. We can take you on the 5th of March, yes. Could I have some details, yes? Your job? You run a Lonely Hearts column, yes. Yes, and your problem? Feeling depressed and lonely, I see. Yes, yes. Just a moment, I have somebody on red. Hello, Perrin's here on red, yes. Yeah, March the 12th, yes, we can fit you in, yes. Could I have some details, please? Name? Lewis, yes. Job? Yes, telephone engineer. Your problem? Can't communicate. I have somebody, I have Lonely Hearts on green. Lonely Hearts on green, would you like to talk to Can't Communicate on red? Just Can't Communicate on red, would you like to talk to Lonely Hearts on green? That's what Perrins are for. We'd like you to talk to each other, get to know each other. That's the idea, yes. There you are. How's it doing? All right? No. That's it. I'm sorry, there's somebody at the door. I'll have to go now. We'll see you on the 5th and the 12th, respectively. Goodbye. 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 Come in.
Winstanley, Planning Officer, Botchley Borough Council.
Oh, hello, Mr. Do sit down, Mr. Winstanley. I hope the chair is comfortable.
Did our Mr. Dent come and see you last week?
He did indeed. He sat in that very chair and spoke kindly of my ginger nuts.
He's disappeared.
That's odd. I saw him at lunch, crunching away quite happily.
At lunch? Where?
Here to the community. He's joined. Didn't he tell you?
He most certainly did not. He has a secretive streak.
Yes. Probably comes from keeping things private at public inquiries.
Possibly. He told me he had flu and told his wife he'd been sent to a regional sewage seminar in Harrogate of all the flimsy excuses. And then our Mr. Pennell remembered that he'd gone to check up on you.
Yes, which you yourself would have loved to have done, since I've made totally unauthorised changes of use and am running a business from 5 adjoining residential houses with overloaded drains, inadequate air vents, the said houses having been purchased in a most irregular fashion involving the impersonation of non-whites. Oh, yes, it spoils the fun when I admit it all like that, doesn't it, Mr. Winstanley? I mean, it offends the hunter and the sportsman, you know, because unless I'm very much mistaken, Mr. Winstanley, you are a sportsman.
You wouldn't be trying to flatter me, would you, Mr. Perrin?
Oh, you're far too shrewd.
Thank you. Well, I think we can overlook any little irregularities.
Good, jolly good, jolly good. And if you want to see Mr. Dent, you can see him this afternoon. He's taking part in a boxing match.
Mr. Dent's taking part in a boxing match?
Yes.
Mr. Dent of Botchley Borough Council?
Yes.
Little short house with stick-out ears?
Yes.
This I must see.
Yes.
It's not fair. He's quite somebody his own size.
He is.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the first bout of the afternoon. This is a 3-round heavyweight and flyweight contest between, in the red corner, Mr. George Dent of Botchley versus himself. And in the blue corner, Mr. Cedric Wilkins of Epsom versus himself.
Super. You're seeing yourself off. You've got yourself so you just don't know where to turn.
Now, keep jabbing away at your head. You're wide open, eh? Now get up there and finish yourself off.
Seconds away, round 2.
That boxing was ridiculous.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely ludicrous.
Oh, you're too kind.
But everybody behaved as though it was perfectly normal.
Yes, well, we asked them to join in. You see, children enjoy the ridiculous and what are adults but larger children. The trouble with adults is they tend to think it spoils their dignity if they enjoy the ridiculous.
I suppose most adults think it's ridiculous to enjoy things as ridiculous as that.
Yes, ridiculous of them, yes. Well, I suppose you'll be wanting to get back to your delightful colleagues now, your thrilling paperwork, your luxurious office, splendid canteen, eh?
I suppose when the day's work is done, you have the most wonderful communal evenings.
Oh, you mean sitting round the campfire under the stars, singing songs, exchanging experiences, living, loving, drinking from communal bowls, forging our separate souls into the communal psyche on the anvil of togetherness? No, we don't. No, we really don't. Quite right. Thank you very much, Mr. Winstanley. I knew there was something missing from our community. Thank you very much indeed. Yes.
Well, I'd better be off.
Yes, I suppose so. Why don't you stay?
What could I tell people?
Oh, tell the office you got flu, tell your wife you've gone to a regional sewage seminar at Harrogate.
You're a genius.
Yes, I know.
Pennell, Botchley Borough Council. Is our Mr. Winstanley here?
Come here.
Jenkins, Botchley Borough Council. Do you have our Mr. Pennell here?
Come in. Thank you very much, music therapist. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, staff, guests, members of the Botchley Borough Council, welcome to this totally informal evening. It's a gas fire, not a campfire, a ceiling and not the stars, but never mind, let's have fun, shall we? Oh, splendid, what's this?
Tom's banana gin.
Oh, splendid. Splendid.
Super! Togetherness, that's the name of the game.
Ah, yes, it certainly is, CJ. That's the, Well, this is fun. Yes, here we are. Jolly good. Incidentally, I asked McBlain to pop in later on if he wanted to, and he said he'd be delighted to. Either that or he's giving me the Partick Thistle team for 1952, I'm not quite sure which. But if he does drop in, please all make him feel welcome. No. Well, this is fun. Jolly good. What about another song? Ethel Merman? Eh?
With a name like that?
You must be a good singer.
They all say that.
Oh, do they really?
I've no talent at all.
Oh, no, talent isn't important, Ethel.
I know an old estate agent's
Well, talent's
ditty.
slightly important, Tom. What about our shy vet? A few animal impressions? No. Jimmy? Jokes?
I haven't made a joke since 1968.
I know a joke.
Oh dear, that is bad news.
Oh, no. Darling, now, you mustn't be like that about Tom. Sure, we'd all love to hear Tom's joke. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom's joke.
Thanks, Reggie.
There was an English estate agent, an Irish estate agent, and a Scottish estate agent. And they all...
Jolly good, Tom. I really don't know where you get them from. Absolutely splendid anecdote there from Tom. Jolly good, jolly good. Well, anybody else? Mr. Dent, Mr. Winstanley, know any planning shanties? No, nothing there? Huh? Well, this is fun, isn't it? I mean, why didn't we let our middle-aged, middle-class hair down like this before?
Let it all hang out.
Absolutely. Well, not all of it, Jimmy.
Oh, let's some of it.
Oh, yes, so, well, not so. Well, a little bit of it should hang. I think, yes. Yes, well, this is fun.
We ought to exchange beautiful experiences.
Yes.
Has anybody had any beautiful experiences today?
Yes.
Congratulations, Tom. Jolly good.
I saw something really beautiful in Addis Ababa Avenue. An old tramp picked up a filthy old fag end from the gutter and smoked it.
I don't see anything beautiful in that.
Well, it was very beautiful for the tramp.
What a beautiful thought, Squashy Boobs. It shows your understanding of people. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are people.
I saw a beautiful song thrush.
Super.
It was eating a worm.
Oh.
Well, you wouldn't think it was beautiful if you were the worm.
I'm not a worm.
Matter of opinion.
Bad taste, bad form, slipped out, not funny. Won't make another joke till 1988. All this relaxing, making me nervous, talking too much. Sorry, carry on enjoying yourself.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I saw... Well, perhaps it wasn't all that... But I thought it was beautiful because it didn't mean... It was just... And I suppose because of where it was.
And where was it?
On the pavement outside W.H. Smith's.
And what was it?
Oh, didn't I tell you? Sorry, it was nothing much. Just two Arab boys holding hands.
Disgusting.
No, Jimmy, that's a high-bound, prejudiced Anglo-Saxon point of view. It's different with them. It's friendship. It doesn't mean, as it would with us, that they're,
Raving puffs, like me. Why don't you say it?
Oh, are you a rave? Oh, no, well, who cares? Let it all hang. Well, some of it hang. No, who cares, eh?
Well, people do when you work in a small factory in the potteries. When you run into your boss in the gay clubs of the Five Towns.
Good Lord, you mean this... Good Lord, and you run into me. Oh, that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? Well, never mind, now you're together, you can have a bit of a chat about old times, eh?
You won't speak to me.
Don't be bitter, lad. It's not personal. It's just that we're in a worker-boss situation. We can't afford to have anything going on between us.
You're in an ongoing, no-goings-on situation.
Exactly. It's the them and us syndrome.
But you're both one of them.
Yeah, but I'm one of them who's one of us, and he's one of them who's one of them.
I see, yes. No, not appearance. We're all equal. No, class distinction is evil.
So is money.
What?
Down with capitalism. There, now that's what I think of money. Now there.
And me!
I didn't get where I am today by tearing money into small pieces.
Now, we should all touch each other. We should all feel physical contact. It's the outward expression of inward togetherness. Touching's good. Feeling's beautiful.
Oh. Smacking is good, and 12 karate lessons from the Isha College of Further Education are beautiful.
It's the outward expression of inward togetherness. If Reggie'd been sitting there, I'd done the same to him.
Thank God I wasn't.
But touching is beautiful.
Abroad, they do it all the time. Mr. Insurance Salesman, you don't mind it? Yeah.
Not at all. I like it.
Yes. Oh, no, not about no.
Look at that. Wages friendly.
I say, in that case, certainly, yes. Come on, everybody touch everybody. Come on, touch everybody.
I didn't get where I am today by touching everybody. It's about time I sloughed off the vestigial remnants of my erstwhile positivity.
That's jolly good. Very relaxing. We're going toward success.
It's the New Jerusalem.
Brotherly Hegels. It cleanse your dragon poofties.
It was a great success.
Yes, I'm deeply contented and happy at last, darling.
Oh, Reggie, you're not still worried, are you?
Just a little bit, darling.
But I thought you were happy.
Well, yes, I am.
And worry, tension and irritability were things of the past.
Yes, they are, darling, they are. It's just that it's... Is it too good to last? Will it all come crashing around our ears next week? Huh?
Good morning. 9 o'clock of a cold Monday morning, but for us, it is something special. It is the beginning of your training period for the our training. It is the beginning of our training period for the great and historic venture that is Perrin's. In 3 months' time, we will open our doors, and casualties from our overcomplicated society will pour into Perrin's, seeking help from our expert guidance and example. So I'm particularly pleased to see you all so punctual and keen this very first morning. Come on, 9... 9:52. Not a good start. Anyway, you're all here at last, with the exception of CJ, whose turn it is to look after Adam and Jocasta and little Reggie Harris-Jones. Lucky old CJ. Anyway, when the customers start pouring into Perrin's, we will... No, we mustn't call them customers. No, please. Guests. When the guests start pouring into Perrin's, we will hold group sessions every morning where we, the staff, will meet them, they will meet us, we'll discuss their problems and criticise each other frankly. Right? But we must do that ourselves for a start. And to start from the very beginning, I think we ought to remind ourselves of the individual duties we all have in the community. So from now on, I think we must refer to each other by the titles I gave you all yesterday, all right? Right. Who's going to set the ball rolling then? Good. Anybody anything to add to that at this stage? Fine. Now, if I could just butt in at this point, make a point. Just like to ask a question. How are the 10th Brigade reacting psychologically to living under canvas? Psychologist?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Well, I felt a sense of insecurity in my tent, Reggie.
Yes?
I just tossed that into the maelstrom of speculation.
Yeah, absolutely splendid. This is exactly the sort of thing these meetings are for. Anybody any ideas why Doc should feel insecure in his tent?
Well, yeah. Bloody think he's falling down.
Yes, deep words there from our culture officer, yes?
No, I spoke of a deeper insecurity than that, Reggie. As I lie on my back in my tent in a tactile me-to-ground situation with the ground, the earth beneath me, and the fragile civilization, the tent above me, I felt the fragility of man's domination over the world. And it pains me.
Cobblers.
Yes, I've got a bit of pain there, too.
Oh, splendid. Now, this is it. Not that you've got a pain, not that he's got a pain in the... No, that's not splendid, no. Splendid, we're actually underway. Good. Any more comments from anybody? Yes.
Well,
Yes,
Tony isn't going to like his tent either, because he's not going to get his oats while we're living under canvas.
Joan! Oh, please. Tony, you mustn't kick Joan like that.
Well, honestly, I mean, Crudesville, Arizona.
I won't miss it much. I mean, you're not that fantastic at it.
Joan!
I thought we were supposed to criticise each other frankly.
Yes, music therapist is quite right. We are supposed to criticise each other frankly, but frankly, music therapist, I think you're criticising the culture officer a little too frankly there. Not the culture officer should have kicked music therapist.
But if we're teaching by example, should you give aggressive orders like Tony don't kick Joe?
Our secretary's right. It should be a democratically arrived at decision whether our culture officer kicks our music therapist.
Wise words there from our sports supremo. Quite right. Yes, what I should have said... Has anybody any idea what I should have said?
You should have said, Tony, is it in your best interest to kick Joan? Might it not lead her to kick you in retaliation?
Good, well done, the crafts officer.
Super. No, Tony, don't you think if you kick Joan, you might bruise her legs and render her limbs less desirable to place hot kisses on? Just a suggestion. What we psychologists call the appeal to self-interest.
Yes, do you think we could just drop Joan's legs for a while and move on?
I've had enough. I didn't get where I am today by having green frogs thrust down my crotch.
Really work stress therapist. You're getting the perfect training out there looking after those kids. There isn't a single person in this room who wouldn't willingly change places with you. There you are, you picked the plum. No, arts therapist, where do you think you're going?
Well, I'm going to see if the children are all right.
No, you must place faith and trust in CJ.
What should I do?
Well, read them a story or something, CJ. The behaviour will soon improve.
I see. So we're not bringing up the children properly. Is that the insinuation?
No, Tom. No, a sports supremo. There was no insinuation at all. No. But the fact that you insinuate there was suggests guilt feeling. Now, this is very good, isn't it? Let's discuss Tom's guilt feeling, shall we?
Reggie!
Yes?
Has wet himself.
Oh, then change him.
I didn't get where I am today by changing nappies.
I use the kite method.
Kite. Quite.
In changing the nappy, you'll help to change yourself?
Yes, absolutely, Doc. Look upon it, CJ, as a wonderful journey of self-discovery.
Your turn for the wonderful journey of self-discovery will come.
Not while I'm after Gloucester, good. No, it's now, you see, well gone to... Look at your, please. Yes, well gone 10 o'clock. There we are. So this just emphasises the importance of punctuality. It's not good enough, and it won't happen again.
Excuse me, I may be quite wrong.
Yes?
But if we're to follow you by example, isn't it wrong that you should give orders? I mean, maybe I'm wrong and it isn't wrong, but I think I'm right. And it is wrong.
Super.
Yes, I think our sex consultant has a very good point. Yes, I'll rephrase that last remark, sex consultant. Thank you very much. We should have started at 9, and we didn't, and that's absolutely... Well, Madam Secretary, where do you think you're going?
I've got to get the lunch started. I've got 10 mouths to feed.
As I say, we should have started at 9, but we didn't. That's absolutely splendid, because we didn't want to. But it would be even more absolutely splendid if we did want to start at 9. Any comments on that? No, one at a time. Yes? Any, yes. Hello, darling.
Oh, how did the rest of the meeting go?
Oh, yes, very well indeed, yes. We decided to decide democratically what time the group meeting should start and end. Then we decided to vote on it. Then we decided to debate democratically what form the vote should take. Then we voted on what form the vote should take, and then we voted. The result was we decided to start at 9:30 and break for lunch at 12:30. By that time it was 12:30, so we'd broken for lunch.
Lunch isn't ready.
Oh.
I haven't time to be secretary and cook.
I'll tell you what, darling, I'll employ a professional secretary.
No, you'll employ a professional cook.
I'll tell you what, darling, I'll employ a professional cook.
Oh, what a good idea, Reggie. Oh, Reggie,
yes?
Could you also find a job for poor old Jimmy?
I'll tell you what, darling, I'll find a job for poor old Jimmy.
You're full of good ideas this morning, Reggie.
I'll tell you what, darling, you're absolutely right.
Pretty impressive, eh, Reggie? My personal boat, flagship of the fleet.
Yes, so you don't feel free to join our community then, Jimmy. It'll be very exciting, kind of social army, living under canvas.
6 months ago, jumped at the chance. Good setup here, though. Thriving hire company, 15 boats. Canals booming. Leisure explosion. Fortune quick, Major James Gordon St. Anderson for the making of.
Well, it's a pity, Jimmy. Do you know, I half expected to find you running another secret right-wing army.
No fear. Swine vamoosed with a lot.
Oh, yes, of course, it's Clive, Lofty, and...
Strother.
Strother.
Yes. Yes. Money, guns, ammo, whole caboose. Dark.
Really? Where?
Dark!
Oh! Right. It's all right, Jimmy, we're through now. What is it?
Back's gone. Caesar. It's been a bit dicey ever since D-Day.
D-Day, Jimmy? You were still at school.
Yes, hurt it playing rounders. Bit of a cock-up on the bows front. Go forward, Reggie. Fend off. Fend off. Up there. Come on.
Or with the pole thing.
Pole. Now give her a hand.
All right.
Get careful, Reggie.
Morning, Brigadier.
Morning.
Not in trouble, are you?
Trouble? No. Just pulled in for a pull-in.
Oh, good. Well, best wishes to Curly.
Yeah, right.
Curly?
He's part owner. Sound type. Very top drawer.
Pity he isn't here, Jimmy. He might give us a hand. Jimmy, if you don't think we ought to get help, we've been here 3 hours, 12 minutes. Jimmy!
Reggie?
What brings you here?
On beam ends.
But Jimmy, the narrow boots.
Kaput. Let down.
Curly.
Yes, Tim Curly Beamish. Rotten through and through.
Oh.
His share of capital all dud. Ran up debts. Casanova Club, Wolverton, Copacabana Club, Bletchley, Paradise Lost, Milton Keynes. Cock up on judgment of men front. Always choose wrong chap. My Freudian heel.
Yeah. Achilles, actually.
You see, wrong chap again.
Yeah.
I wonder Army made me personnel officer. Offer of job. Not still open, I
Of
suppose.
course it is, Jimmy. Yes, you can be leader of our expeditionary force. Sort of commando unit of good works, clearing botchley of litter, helping old ladies across the road, that sort of thing, eh?
Oh, thanks, Reggie.
Yeah.
Saved my bacon. Kissed you if we were French.
Thank God we aren't.
Narrow escape.
Absolutely. Come on, I'll show you around. Pretty impressive setup here. Jimmy, the neighbours.
Oh, sorry. Bit loud.
Bit early too, Jimmy. It's 6:30. Now, when I said I was running a sort of army, I didn't mean it literally.
Literal sort of cove. Leave imagination to you brain boxes.
I was just using a figure of speech, you see, Jimmy.
Ah, figures of speech, not my line. Not many metaphors in Queen's Own Berkshire Light Infantry. Similes, exception rather than rule in BFPO 33.
See what I'm driving at, Jimmy?
Never see what people are driving at, Reggie.
But what I'm driving at is this, Jimmy. I don't think playing Come to the Cookhouse Store on your bugle is quite our style. Right?
I see. You don't want me to blow my bugle, you mean?
Exactly, Jimmy. Well done.
Thanks, Reggie. Fall? Oh!
Linda, bed making, Jimmy, dusting, and CJ. Babysitting for the third day running. Yes.
Mr. Penfold from number 21.
Oh, Mr. Penfold, number 21. Yes, show him in. I've been expecting this. I'll soon sort him out. Mr. Penfold, number 21. How delighted. Please, sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
Would you care for coffee?
Yes, coffee, please. That'd be yes. My wife makes excellent coffee.
Excuse me, well, yes. I know this place is a little strange, but, well, that wasn't your wife, was it?
No, that was my Doc Morrissey, yes. We all share duties here in our little community.
Community?
Yes.
Ah, well, no, that's what I've come here to complain about.
Oh.
Yes, well, you see, I really must put my foot down. Well, it's not me, it's Mrs. Penfold.
Oh, I see, you really must put Mrs. Penfold's foot down.
Mrs. Hollis from number 17.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Hollis, number 70. This is Mr. Penfold, number 21. Mr. Penfold, number 21. This is Mrs. Hollis, number 70. And I'm Reggie Perrin, number 19, but you know that you rang the doorbell. Please, sit down. Yes.
I took the liberty of bringing up a third cup.
Thank you. That's not his wife.
Pardon?
That man, he's not Mr. Perrin's wife.
He's my Doc Morrissey.
Yes. Here we are, then. Coffee. Like to help yourself? There we are. I'm sure that'll be all right. Good. There we are. Would you like a biscuit? Biscuit. Help yourself. There we are. Now, Mr. Penfold, number 21's come round to complain. What have you come round to complain about, Mrs. Hollis, number 17?
It's not me. It's Mr. Hollis.
Oh, it's his foot as well, is it?
No, it's his nerves.
No.
These are trying times in the world of sawdust.
Yes, I meant sawdust.
Yes, Mr. Hollis is in the sawdust supply industry.
Absolutely uninteresting. What exactly does that mean, the sawdust supply?
He supplies sawdust.
How ludicrous. Talking of sawdust, what do you think of those biscuits? Delicious, aren't they?
Yes, where did you get them?
Tesco's.
Well, what exactly are you complaining about, Mr. Penfold, number 21?
Well, the cars parked outside our house. The noise, the bugling, tents all over the garden. It's not natural.
Yes, music at all hours. Babies crying. Cars parked in front of our fence.
Yeah, the numbers of people, the comings and goings.
The goings and comings.
Ah, that's the same complaint twice. One man's coming as another man's going.
No, it isn't.
Just testing. No. These people here you see at the moment are just the staff. The community hasn't really begun to build up. There'll be hundreds here shortly.
Oh,
yes, my staff are training at the moment to be nicer, kinder, better people.
You're not pulling your weight, really. I didn't get where I am today without recognizing a man who doesn't pull his weight. Anybody who knows anything about me knows that I'm just not pulling my weight.
Of course. Some of them have got a lot further to go before they are nicer kind of people, but that's the whole point, you see. It's a challenge. I mean, who'd bother to climb Everest if it were flat?
Well, Mrs. Penfold and I, it would be just about our mark.
Yeah, it's just about your mark too, Penfold, to come round here making petty points about parking. But I'm trying to build an ideal society, a miniature utopia.
A utopia?
Yes, I thought you liked the sound of that.
Well,
yes.
Where exactly is this utopia going to be?
Well, midway between number 17 number 21, sort of here, 19.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Well, if you want a utopia, you ought to get one of those big houses in Rio de Janeiro Lane. Now, they've got forecourt parking.
Oh, still persisting in petty points about parking, Penfold. Sure. No. Shortly, this 19 will be flooding with hundreds of people, So there's some exciting news from Mrs. Penfold's foot and Mr. Hollis' sawdust, isn't it? Right. Well, I can't stand here talking all day to you. I've got to go and congratulate my new chef on his brilliant cooking. I'm sure you'll find your way back to number 17 and 21, respectively. You'll find them either side of number 19, which is here. Morning, McLean. McLean, may I say on behalf of the whole staff how absolutely delicious last night's dinner was? How are things today?
We going off in muckle free gang. Do you pair we scragglers, you think?
Not quite with you there, McLean.
He going off in muckle free gang. Do you pair we scragglers, you think?
Good. What's for lunch today, incidentally?
We play a slaggly offers. He think of wastrobes, ye pack 'em ups and toasty beagles.
Sounds jolly tempting.
Come in.
Huh?
Oh, Reggie.
Tony. How's culture coming along?
Knockout.
Good. Joan still not...
No. We can't go on living in a tent much longer, Reggie.
Sorry, you won't have to, Tony. As soon as the guests arrive, we'll need more room anyway. I estimate we'll need 5 houses.
Knockout. Good News City, Arizona.
Yes. I have a plan to get the houses, Tony, and you will play a vital part in that plan.
Knockout.
Right, well, Right. Ah, there you are. There's some very, very good news for you. You're absolutely right. This is not a suitable environment for my project. I'm selling up.
Oh. I must say that is very gratifying.
Yes, in fact, I'm expecting the would-be purchaser this very evening. Ding dong. I say I'm expecting the would-be purchaser this very evening. Good heavens, that's probably him now.
Mr. Winston Baldwin Gladstone Chamberlain Fredericks.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Perrin. Very nice house. Knockout, Ma.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, what a very desirable residence this is. I will most assuredly purchase the same. Yes, please. I am very much a house purchasing person.
Oh, do come in.
Thank you.
You sure has some I didn't get where I is today without recognizing a mighty fine residence when I sees one. No, sirree, ma'am, I didn't.
Well, McLean, we now have 5 houses. We're ready to open. What do you say to that?
We faggly Winthrop. He pair get slaggers. He 2 milkly grade stops. Denny Klingle Mahargles with sloppy chops. Up your plum.
You're talking my language, McLean. A fortnight to go, we must really intensify our training. Now, has anybody come up with any really new ideas?
You asked me to be unconventional about sport.
I did, Tom, yes.
Well, I've got an unconventional idea.
Yes, what is it?
Football.
I think it's been done, Tom.
With a difference. No aggro, no fouls, no tension, no violence.
That's certainly not been done. Very good, Tom. What's the secret?
No opposition. We use skill, passing, teamwork and tactics. It's pure football.
Absolutely. This is exactly the sort of thing we're looking at. Now, we've got the perfect opportunity to try it. The 11 of us against nobody. Knockout.
Super.
Disappointing.
Yes.
We frittered away our early advantage.
Yes, we should have won by far more than 4-1. Maybe Jimmy forgot to turn around at half-time. So there we are.
As there's no opposition, Joan, why don't we change shirts?
Today we must throw ourselves into our roles with renewed effort, all right?
Right, a little word association exercise. Table tennis.
Sex.
Joan?
If you have a problem about,
Follow, follow, follow the merry, merry heights of Pan.
don't be shy about,
sex?
Table tennis.
2 days to go, and I'm absolutely delighted with the spirit all of you have shown. Some of you have done some extremely nice things. Only last week, Doc laughed at one of Tom's jokes. Jolly well done, Doc. Tony tells me he's really hitting culture. No sweat. Shakespeare's the kiddie and Ibsen's a knockout for a Norwegian. And Tony and Joan haven't had a row for 3 days.
And Tom did an amazingly nice thing last night.
Congratulations, Tom.
He found an extra bottle of his prune wine.
I see. Yes.
And he drank the whole lot himself.
Oh, that's an absolutely splendidly unselfish gesture. And as for CJ, well, his behaviour has been a revelation.
May I please have another nappy, my dear Prue? Thank you so much.
Well, there we are. No further comment needed. We are ready for the off.
How many bookings have we got?
How many bookings are the latest count, Madam Secretary?
1.
One.
Ah.
David, there's absolutely no need to be nervous at all. All you have to do is open the door and say, "Good afternoon, I am the warden of number 23. Welcome to Perrin's." Right? Oh, my God, that'll be him. Right. Ah, good afternoon. You must be Mr.
Mr. Babacoon.
Yes, come in.
It must be very difficult for you to remember all our names, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes. This is David Harris-Jones, your warden.
Hello. Come up and I'll show you to your,
Yes, come up. We'll...
The room.
Yes, pardon?
I said I'd show Mr. Babacombe to his,
yes, I see.
room.
Yes.
I was just finishing my...
Your sentence, yes. Come up and we'll show you the,
room.
Yes. Well, here we are, Mr.
Babacoon.
Yes.
I can't wait to meet all the others.
Oh, yes, the others, yes.
I'm an undertaker.
Oh, yes.
How interesting. Yes.
But then you know that already, don't you? It sticks out a mile, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't stick. It doesn't even stick out at all, does it, David? Certainly not.
Oh, no. My face bears the stigmata of my profession.
No.
My clothes are permeated with the stench of decay.
No, you're not very nice.
I'm an outcast, you see. A pariah. That's why I'm looking forward to this course.
Yes.
To meet the others.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm afraid I've got a bit of a disappointment for you there, Mr.
Babacoon.
Yes. No, I'm afraid you won't be meeting the others. Not just yet, no. Straight off, we'd like to give you a little bit of solitude to
get you in the right frame
of mind. Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I don't meet the others until dinner, is that
That's
it?
it. No, you don't meet them at dinner either. No. You dine here alone in your room, yes, to prepare yourself mentally and physically for tomorrow when you...
meet the others.
When we have the group sessions, so we all get together and you meet the others. Yes. Just going to have to be some others for Mr. Babacombe to meet tomorrow. So what I've done, I've put all your names in a hat, right, and we're going to draw 5 of them out, and those 5 will have to pretend to be guests along with Mr. Babacombe tomorrow, right, Madam Secretary? Would you like to?
David Harris-Jones.
Super.
CJ. Joan. Doc Morrissey. Elizabeth Perrin.
Now, you 5, off you go and practice your roles tonight for tomorrow's great deception. It's a very important day, remember. Now, your guests, Reggie, your guests, right? Right, now, we now are just the staff, right? But, Oh, no, we've lost their jobs. We'll have to have 2 jobs each then, right? Tom, you'll be sports and...
Secretary?
Secretary, right. Linda, arts and...
Music.
Music, right. Tony, what do you want to be?
Works, CJ.
Right, CJ's job, right.
Sex and crafts.
Sex and crafts, very good. Right, that's... the doc. We need a doc. Jimmy, tomorrow you've got to be the doc. Haven't you been listening? Tomorrow you've got to be the doc, Jimmy.
Roger, Reggie.
Good morning. Good. We hold these little group sessions so that we, the staff, can meet you, the guests, and you, the guests, can meet us, the staff. We can help you, and you can help yourselves by discussing your problems and criticising each other, frankly, and you can help us. And very shortly, it'll be difficult to tell who are the guests and who are the staff. Now, before we set the ball rolling, I'd just like to call upon our doctor to say a few words. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. I've just remembered. I'm not a doctor. Sorry.
Thank you, Doc.
Sorry, miles away, Brown study. I'm the doc. A word of advice. If you fancy the local bint, keep away. Go for a long hike or take a cold shower instead.
A few shrewd clinical words of advice there from the doc. Anybody else? Any further comments?
I think I should explain why I got up just now. I'm prey to a delusion that I'm a member of the medical profession. It's embarrassing. If anyone says, "Is there a doctor in the house?" I say, "Yes, I'm a doctor. Make way, make way." Then when I get to the scene of the disaster, they say, "Oh, thank God you've arrived, Doc." And I say, "I've just remembered I'm not a doctor." Sorry.
Jolly good, yes. Any comments, Doc?
No, I don't think so. Oh, sorry. There you are. I've done it again.
Just remembered, I'm the doc.
Yes.
Sorry. Cock up on the memory front. Touch of...
amnesia?
Exactly, yeah. Fascinating tale of yours, Doc.
Why do you call him the doc if he isn't the doc?
That's a jolly good one, Mr. Stanley. Yes. Tell me, Doc, why do you call Doc the doc if he isn't the doc? Because, I mean, he isn't the doc. Doc, I mean, you're the doc. Don't want to put words into your mouth.
Please do.
I imagine it's because you think that if you tell this pure, deluded chap here he isn't a doctor, he'll feel rebuffed. But if you go along with the idea that he is a doctor, eventually he might have the opportunity to deny it himself and feel part of his own cure and won't feel humiliated.
Exactly.
Yes, well, thank you for those shrewd medical... Thanks,
Reggie.
Anybody, any other little problems now?
I can't make friends.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for the day when I need the services of the undertakers. That splendid body of men.
It sticks out a mile, doesn't it?
Of course it doesn't. What does?
Well, since you all know already, I may as well tell you. I'm an undertaker. Oh, surprise, surprise. Anyone can tell an undertaker from anyone else.
Nonsense. I didn't get where I am today telling undertakers from anyone else.
And I said to myself, if that man's not a research chemist, I'm a Dutchman.
Any other problems at this, Mrs. Naylor?
Not at the moment, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I see. You're both called Naylor. Are you related?
Yes.
Seems to be a bit of doubt about this. I'll ask her the question again. Are you related?
Yes.
I think I understand. Mrs. Naylor denied being related to Mrs. Naylor because she's ashamed of Mrs. Naylor. Mrs. Naylor, trying to protect Mrs. Naylor, realised this, pretended not to be related to Mrs. Naylor, but by this time Mrs. Naylor had decided to acknowledge Mrs. Naylor. Is that right, Mrs.
Yes, brilliant.
Tell me, why are you ashamed of Mrs. Naylor? Mrs. Naylor?
Well, she drinks.
It's drugs with me, man.
Oh, God.
I'm a roadie for a super pop group. I'm sorry to turn away from you like this, but I can't face you face to face. I guess I can't face myself, know what I mean? I have to make trips, one-night stands, and on these trips I make trips, know what I mean? Like you finish a gig, go back to some chick's pad, a real super laid-back scene, man. I'm fed up of being into music, man. I'm fed up of being into drugs. I guess I've wised up. I'm not into being into things anymore. I want out. I want to kick the habit, keep off the grass like a... I don't know who I am anymore.
I do. You're the warden.
Well, What?
You're the warden of number 23.
Oh, that creep. Like I'm a dead ringer for him, know what I mean?
The only good ringer is a dead ringer.
Well, where is the warden, then?
Oh, he's got food poisoning. No, he hasn't got food. No, who said he's got food? He hasn't got food. Flu. He's got flu. He's definitely got flu.
Oh, yes. He's the warden. He's the doctor. And neither of these two lovely ladies is called Mrs. Naylor. You are all staff.
Well. Some of what you say is true, yes, to the extent that he is the doctor and he's the warden, and neither of these two lovely ladies are called Mrs. Naylor, and when we are all staff, yes, I mean, to that, to the... Well done, you've got it. Yes. You've come through the flying test with colours. Yes.
Flying
yes, it's a little test to see if you can spot which are staff and which are guests. Yes, it's a sort of psychological test to see if you're able to spot psychological tests.
Well, where are you a guest?
You are, Mr...
Barbacoa.
Yes. I'm afraid we just started today, you see, and you're the only guest we've got. Please give us a chance.
Well, all right, then.
Oh, right, thank you very much. Shall we start again for you? Staff, please. Thank you. Good morning. We hold these little group sessions so that we, the staff, can meet you, the Mr. Babbicombe, and you, the Mr. Babbicombe, can meet us, the staff. We can help you, and you can help yourself by bringing up your problems and discussing them amongst yourself. And so let's get the ball rolling, shall we? Now, who wants to start? Well, what about Mr. Babbicombe, isn't it?
We can stay here as long as we like.
Yes.
And then at the end, we pay according to what we feel we've got out of it.
Yes, we all think
right?
that. We think that's the fairest, don't we? Yes.
Well, I think so too.
Good, I am glad.
Goodbye.
Please, just a minute, Mr.
Babbicombe.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest, it's not exactly as auspicious a start as I would have hoped for, but I think it's early days to start panicking. I think we'll just carry on as we are, right? Carry on. Ladies and gentlemen, staff of Perrin's, for goodness sake, cheer up. We're on the verge of a great success. All right, we got off to a bad start. Only one guest turned up, and he fled in panic. But since then, we've bombarded the media with our adverts which we ourselves thought up, and jolly good they all look too. Let's read a few to you here. This one immediately strikes my eye. My own modest contribution. Whatever happened to Reginald Perrin? Remember the brilliant grot and its useless products? Now Perrin rides again. Visit Perrin's and become a better, happier person. Stay as long as you like, pay as much as you like. I think that's pretty good. Visit Perrin's, the commune for the middle-aged and the middle class. Well done, our music therapist. Thank you. Perrin's is super. Nice one there from the sex consultant. Perrin's is a knockout. Very good one there from our culture officer. Thank you. Now there's a very, very clever one here from the arts therapist. You'll like this one. Are you a backward reader? Then visit Snirrup. Backward reader, Snirrup, Perrin's. It's not important, Jimmy. I just thought I'd mention it as you were sitting next to me. Lost all faith in experts, then come to Perrin's, guaranteed no experts in anything. That's a very clever one there from Madam Secretary. I didn't get where I am today without knowing that Perrin's is the best thing since sliced bread. Yes, I don't know whose that is. It's quite a good one. And last, and probably least, the snappy, pithy contribution from Tom, our sports supremo. Want to drop out, but don't like dropouts. At Perrin's, the dropouts are just like you. They're more like drop-ins. So next time you feel like dropping out, why not drop in? That's a jolly interesting one there from Tom. I think the mistake we made, you see, was having a group meeting right at the very beginning. As head of the community, I really should establish my authority. So from tomorrow onwards, I shall personally interview the guests that will pour in as a result of this saturation coverage. And I think this time you'll find there's more than one. What are the exact numbers of the latest count, Madam Secretary?
2.
There you are, you see, twice as many. Perrin, here, on green. Would you send in the first of our 2 guests, please, Madam Secretary? Thank you. Good morning, and welcome to our little community. Morning, and come in. And morning, and welcome to our little... Good heavens, it's Mr. Pelham, the pig farmer.
Got it in one hour, son.
Sit down.
Yeah, you know, when I saw your advert, I thought, that's the self-same Perrin that used to swill out me porkers.
Oh, wow.
He's the man to come to with my problems, I thought.
Right. So what are your problems, Mr. Pelham?
Well, I've expanded, Reg. Pigs, calves, battery chicken. I'm a success.
Oh, good.
Yeah, an abattoir in Bicester gives me group rates.
Oh, splendid. So what's the problem?
Meat. I've gone off meat.
Oh, dear.
Well, you know, all those chicken locked in the dark with their beaks cut off. Calves kept anemic so their meat will be pale, and all of them to be slaughtered in the end so that people can gorge themselves.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
And, you know, my daughter doesn't speak to her anymore.
Oh.
My son, he's a vegetarian. And it's 10 years now since my wife was knocked over by that bus outside of Mac Fisheries. Oh. the branch isn't even there anymore now. It's Timothy White's.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Look, is that all you can say? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Dear, oh, dear. No, try and look professional. Sorry, professional secret.
But I get these strange dreams, Reg. Dreams of hell.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah. Well, I'm locked in a cage and my nose cut off. Yeah, rows and rows of me, millions of me. and opposite there are thousands of me turning on spits, dripping fat.
Oh.
And Satan and thousands of his sultry mistresses are licking their lips in anticipation of their finger-licking Hades fried pelham.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Well, if you can't do anything for me...
No, we can do something. Say something, say anything. We can, yes, our expert therapists and consultants will help to make you a wiser, happier, braver, better, more complete human being, yes. When you leave here, Mr. Pelham, your problems will be, will no longer exist.
Thank you, Reg. I knew you could do it.
Yes, more than I did. Right. Right. Perrin, here. Would you send in the second... I'm on red. Yes. Would you send in the... I may jump from red to green, so keep on your... exactly. Yes. Would you send in the second of our two guests, please, Madam Secretary? Thank you. I must be much more confident and assertive right from the start. Morning. Morning. And come in.
Morning. Thruxton Appleby, the textiles tycoon. I expect you've heard of me. Yes, of course you have. I saw your advert in the Mucklethwaite Morning Telegraph and I liked its barefaced cheek. One thing I admire, it's barefaced cheek. Yorkshireman, are you?
No, a Londoner.
Oh, that's odd. That's odd. You don't often find barefaced cheek among namby-pamby southerners. Well, Mr. Perrin, normally I don't bother with quacks, cranks or crackpots, but I've tried everything. Elf farms, head shrinkers, religion. You are my last resort.
Oh, how flattering. So what is your problem, Mr. Appleby?
I'm not likeable, Mr. Perrin.
Thinks he's not likeable and he's dead. Right. Sorry, professional secret.
I'm not liked as a person, do you see? It's an ungrateful world. When I think of all I've done for Mucklethwaite, you can walk through the Thruxton Appleby Memorial Gardens, past the Thruxton Appleby Memorial Bandstand, and gaze out over the whole of Mucklethwaite as far as Scragend Fell. And what are you sat on?
I've no idea.
The Thruxton Appleby Memorial Seat.
Oh, shouldn't memorials be for after you're dead?
Well, that's no good, is it? You can't take them with you. Mr. Perrin, my trouble is I expect money to carry it all before it. Cure me of that and you can name your price.
Oh, right. To treat him the way he treats everybody else. Just be as rude as he is. Smoke?
Yes.
Oh, smoke's filthy habit. Caught you there. Drink?
Yes.
Whiskey, vodka, gin?
Anything.
Drinks like a fish? Caught you twice. Thick as well as nasty.
What you say?
Oh, deaf too. Drinks with deaf.
I'm not used to being spoken to like that.
Well, you should come here more often. Tell me, Drangleby, why do you think you're so loathed?
Not loathed, Mr. Perrin. Not even disliked. Just not liked. I'm rich, do you see?
Oh, we'll soon cure you of that. Nosy swine. Excuse me, would you?
I don't think I'm a nosy swine.
Caught you again. CJ, the very man, CJ. Would you come into my office in exactly 30 seconds on a matter of no importance whatsoever and help me deflate the pompous windbag who's sitting in there?
It'll be a pleasure.
Thank you, CJ. Come in.
Nobody knocked.
Oh, somebody will if we give it time. Come in.
Why do you keep saying come in?
Oh, third time lucky. Come in! CJ, are you coming? Oh, CJ, it's you. Good heavens. Is this important, CJ?
Not at all, Reggie.
Good. Then take your time.
I just wondered if you'd heard the weather forecast.
The weather forecast, CJ? I haven't, but I'll certainly ring for it. Thank you. Hello, Perrin here on green. Would you give me the weather forecast? Thank you. Put it through on red, will you? Thank you. This is absolutely unimportant, Drongleby. It's a waste of time. But there we are. Hello, weather forecast. Thank you. Perrin here on... Yes. Coming through on a lower. Yes, with more IC bar. Yes. Thank you. This after... Thank you. Yes. I've now heard the weather forecast, CJ. Thank you very much.
I'll be off then.
Oh, this is the chemicals tycoon Thruxton Dringleby.
Textiles. Nice to meet you, Mr. Textiles. Appleby.
You've probably heard of the Thruxton Dringleby Memorial Hat Stand.
Bandstand. Nice to have met you, Mr. Bandstand. Not very subtle tactics.
For a not very subtle man. Now, we can cure you, Dringleby, but it'll take some time. In a fortnight, you'll no longer be obnoxious, irritating and mind-bogglingly boring, perhaps, but not obnoxious. In 3 weeks, you'll be tolerable in medium-sized doses in mixed company. And in 4 weeks, give or take a day or two, or give or take a day or two. This is not an exact science, and I'm not an exact speaker. You might even be likeable.
Thank you.
Right. Off you go, you bloated capitalist. Take your unacceptable face from my study.
Thank you. Thank you.
He took it. They believe me. They must be mad.
Morning, McBlain. Morning. How are things going in the kitchen?
We blerlicking good stops. There we skeleton, he pladdle up your clunge.
Good, glad to hear it. Things are going extraordinarily well outside. It's pretty quiet at the moment. The rush will soon be starting up. Do you think you can cope all right here?
Slechte turgy versie. Well, peregrine herslooks. Nee, cradle, you drink.
Good. I must say I like your attitude, McLean. Morning, Sports Supremo. How's sport going? Well, good. What's going on?
Remember I used to make homemade wine?
Yes, I do seem to recall something of the kind, Tom. You started making them again, haven't you?
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
I'm making spirits now.
Oh, God.
Prune brandy, loganberry whiskey, sloe gin.
Good God.
I'm afraid I've got a disappointment for you, Reggie.
Oh, yes, what's that, Tom?
None of them ready to drink yet.
Ah, what a shame. Gin too slow? I said the gin too, it's a play on... Tell me, so, how's sport coming along then? Are the activities, huh?
I told you, Reggie, I'm just not a sport person.
But you started off so well, Tom, with that football with no opponents.
I'm sorry, Reggie. I was discouraged by our early failures. I am not a sport person.
Well, you better get undiscouraged. Otherwise you'll end up not being a job person. Huh? Morning, culture officer. How's culture going? Well, good. What's going on?
Well, culture, Reggie. This is Art City, Arizona. Knockout, eh?
This isn't culture, these are boobs.
Ah, well, they're actresses' boobs, Reggie. That's culture.
Actresses?
Yeah, we'll read any of the captions.
Vivacious Virginia's a radiologist's daughter. Her dad made some pretty startling developments in X-ray technique, but you don't need an X-ray to see vibrant Virginia's startling developments. Volatile Virginia plans to become a classical actress. She might reveal a big talent, but unfortunately she'd have to hide her biggest assets.
That's culture, Reggie.
Curvaceous Caroline's a colonel's daughter. Dad might think she was improperly dressed for parade, but then she's fighting a different battle of the bulge from the one he got a DSO for. Come to think of it, we wouldn't mind pinning a medal on Cock-a-Hoop Caroline ourselves. Cultivator Caroline plans to become a Shakespearean actress. It's a case of from the bed to the bard. Oh, really?
That's culture, Reggie. There are 100 boobs in here. A ton of tits.
Prospective clients get in touch with me, Tony, and say, do you have any cultural activities? And I say, yes, we've got a ton of tits. What do you think will happen?
I think they'll come rushing here.
Yes, I think you're probably right.
Titty City, Arizona.
Never mind that. Just get some culture going, that's all.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Reggie. I've just been a bit discouraged by our earlier failure.
Oh, well, you better get undiscouraged. Otherwise, this is going to become Chuckout City, Arizona. Knockout?
No.
Thought not. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, staff of Perrins, for goodness sake, cheer up. We're on the verge of greatness. Now, one or two of you told me they feel a little discouraged. Now, I won't name names.
Oh, obviously Tom. He's got all the fighting spirit of a rabbit from a broken home.
I see. What's brought on this touching burst of wifely affection, Squelchy Poo?
Oh, shut up. Was it you?
I can't answer you and shut up.
Oh, shut up! Was it you or wasn't it?
Please, where's all our love and peace?
Exactly. Well said, darling.
It was Tony, bound to be.
Oh, great, yes. Score the old marriage harmony bit. Great. Third argument today. Knockout.
I don't like arguing.
Oh, don't worry, because I do.
Well, I do.
Well, I do.
Please, where's all our love and peace?
Exactly. Well said, darling.
Well, I'd rather argue than be like the Harris Joneses. I mean, they agree so much they're hardly separate people anymore.
I don't think that's fair. Sorry, after you. Well, I think our marriage is happy because we agree.
I agree. I think it's stupid to find things to disagree about in order to prove you can agree to disagree.
I agree. Anyway, we sometimes disagree. For instance, we both like to sleep on the right-hand side of the bed.
That's agreeing.
I disagree. I think it's disagreeing, because we can't both sleep on the right side. I mean, to agree would be to disagree about our favourite side, so that we sleep on different sides, as we in fact do. By agreement.
Please, where's all our love and peace?
Exactly. I wish you wouldn't keep saying that, darling.
Oh, I see. I tried to help and I'm accused of repeating myself.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm merely saying that and I'll say it again, that you keep repeating yourself.
Exactly. I tried to help and I'm accused of repeating myself.
You're still repeating yourself.
Please, where's all our love and peace?
Oh, shut up, Tom! I didn't get where I am today listening to many couples squabble like children. Mrs. C.J. and I don't squabble like children.
Can't. In Luxembourg for 6 months.
9. I told her to stay on until we get things straight.
Now, this is all my fault. No, please, no, don't deny it.
Now, I haven't shown enough faith and trust in you. I've taken far too much on my own shoulders. I've been too dominating, too eager to establish my own role. Well, from now on, that's all going to change. I shan't interfere at all. I'll just hold a watching brief. And you will have all the authority, all right? And that's an order.
What I don't understand with us...
Now, carry on, arts officer. Take no notice of me.
Isn't she a beauty, Reg?
Carry on, crafts officer. Take no notice of me.
Right, let's fill it then.
She's got me over a barrel, Perrin. I cracked a joke. I'm getting quite likeable, aren't I? Damn it, last woman, I told you we were doing it all wrong.
Well, almost likeable. Here I come. Now, morning, morning, McLean. Well, the rush has started. 8 new guests have just arrived. There's a middle manager from a multinational plastics company, the director of a finance firm that specialises in pyramid selling, a housewife, an arc welder, the head of the comedy department at Anemia Television, a VAT inspector who hates the fact that he likes his work, a probation officer who hates the fact that he hates his work, and an unemployed careers officer.
Hey, that'll be your crinkle way. Not your blanket. Wouldn't he frick a doodle split?
Yes, point taken, McLean. I wouldn't dream of interfering in your work here in the kitchen. I'm just holding a watching brief, as it were. But wouldn't you say that last night's chicken curry was just a little on the hot, no, I think you're right. That was absolutely perfect. Carry on, McLean.
Left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left.
I don't want to interfere, community health liaison officer. I'm only holding a watching brief. But aren't you being a little bit too military? We're clearing anchor a grove of litter, not fighting a war.
You're probably right, Reggie. Point taken.
Litter clearance party! Litter clearance party! Clear!
Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away. Nymphs and shepherds, come away, come away.
For this is Flora's
holiday. This is Flora's holiday.
This is Flora's
Nymphs and shepherds,
come away, come away. Nymphs and shepherds, come away.
Good work, music therapist. Well done, everybody. Any genius can sing like Tito Gobbi. It takes real talent to persist when you all sing like you do. How's the head of the comedy department at Anemia Television?
Not too bad, I suppose, all things considered.
I'm sorry. You carry on, Doc, as if I'm not here. Right?
Oh, right.
Right.
Now, well, we'll try a few simple word associations, Bernard. Mother.
Comedy.
Please don't interrupt, Reggie.
Sorry.
Right. Off we go. Oh, now my mind's got a complete blank. You're unsettling me, Reggie.
Well, I'm sorry, Doc, for interrupting. No, I'm sorry. Just carry on as if I weren't here. It's mind over matter, you see. It's what we call psychological.
Yes, I know, Reggie. Right, here we go now. Of course, it's the enormity of the choice which is inhibiting me.
Look, I don't want to interfere, but perhaps if I made 1 or 2 suggestions, perhaps that would sort of help you over your blockage, right?
Oh, all right.
Right, good. Are you ready, Bernard? Right, here we go. Farmhouse?
Comedy.
Egg cup?
Comedy.
Oh, look, Bernard, it's absolutely pointless. We're going to say comedy every time I open my mouth.
No, but that's all I ever think about. You see, everything I hear, I think, can I get a comedy series out of this? Just one successful series and I'd be laughing. Well, no, I don't mean I'd be laughing. I mean, I've got no sense of humour.
Oh, no, but you must forget that, Bernard. That's what you came here for, to get back your sense of humour, all right? Now, oh, I'm sorry, shall I carry on?
Oh, yes, you carry on.
Me? Up to me, right. Are you ready, Bernard? Taxidermy?
Comedy.
Oh, Bernard.
No. We're planning a new series about a happy-go-lucky taxidermist. It's called Get Stuffed.
Sounds an unlikely subject.
Yeah, I know. It's what we call the underwater rabbi syndrome.
Oh, I see. You dislike Jews.
Oh, it just means that we're searching for ever more unlikely subjects for comedy. An underwater rabbi is the most unlikely we could think of.
But you needn't have said rabbi, you see. I mean, you could have said underwater Methodist minister. See what I mean? You see, saying rabbi suggests a prejudice, even if unconscious.
It's what we call a psychosemitic illness.
But I like Jews. Some of my best friends are Jews. My parents are Jews. I was born Trillinstein. But you see, I didn't want people to say, well, of course he's successful because he's a Jew. I wanted them to say, well, of course he's successful. He's Bernard Trilling. Some hopes I should have that anybody should think that I was successful. A head of comedy without a sense of humour. A head of comedy without a sense of humour. Here, you've solved my problem. Well, I've got my sense of humour back. You're a wizard, Doc.
I've done nothing.
Don't look at me, I wasn't even here. It's all right, David. Just holding a watching brief. You just carry on as if I'm not here.
Oh, good. I mean, well, you know what I,
Yes, yes.
Now, Hilary, there's no need to be,
Nervous?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say, but I'm a little bit,
nervous?
Yes. Maybe if you didn't,
Keep interrupting all the time.
Yes.
Yes, the trouble is, David, you keep going so how shall I put it, so,
infuriatingly slowly.
Exactly, yes.
I know. I just seem to sort of go to pieces when you're here, Reggie.
You mustn't, David, because I shan't always be here to pick up the pieces.
No. Well, the subject I deal with, Hilary, is,
Sex.
Yes.
Yes. Well, lots of people, at times anyway. I mean, after all, life's full of, well, not problems exactly, difficulties, and, well, there's nothing to be,
Well, for God's sake, David, oh, Hilary, what David's trying to say, and you must remember he had a very sheltered upbringing in Haverfordwest and its immediate environs, what he's trying to say in his nervous roundabout way, and the fact that he's saying it in a roundabout way is because he is nervous, is that, and you must remember, you're probably only the second woman he's ever had to speak to about anything like this before. So as I say, what he is saying is and everybody, at some time or another, in some degree or other, has and there's no disgrace in that.
I have no sexual problems at all.
So I mean, if you feel that the you've no sex, oh, good,
super.
My husband and I lead a full and happy sex life.
Oh, good, good.
Super.
We got that we got that out into the open, David. Good. Well, that's splendid. Yes. Well, you carry on, and I'm very glad I dropped in and
watched.
And yes, thank you. Morning work therapist.
Yes, Reggie, Elizabeth told me you were out holding a watching brief.
Yes, Mrs.
She said I might use your office for my little role-playing session.
Quite right, CJ. Yes, I've come here to hold a watching brief. Yes. And what is your role-playing session going to consist of today?
Well, it's a little exercise in industrial negotiations. Arthur Noblet, the arc welder, you've met Mr. Noblet.
Morning, Arthur. Morning.
Is applying to Thruxton Appleby, the employer, for increased fringe benefits at the Hardcastle Handbag Company.
Good. Good. Well, I'll stay and watch if I may, CJ. Right?
Yes, but according to Doc Morrissey, everyone present should play a role.
Oh.
So, if you like, you can hold a watching brief for the Industrial Relations Research Council.
Oh, good. What's my name?
Reggie Perrin. I mean, we tried to keep the facts as much as possible.
I see. And what part are you playing, CJ?
Thruxton Appleby's secretary.
And your name?
Cynthia Jones.
I'm sorry. Tell me, don't you think, CJ, it would be a more valuable exercise if Arthur played the manager and Thruxton the worker?
How come?
Well, it would teach them about the them and us situation which bedevils British industry so tragically.
I didn't get where I am today learning about the them and us situation which bedevils British industry so tragically.
Yes, I'm well aware of that, CJ, but I think it might be more fun my way.
Reggie, you may have a point.
I think
we'll play it your way. Good. So it will be employer, worker, observer, and secretary.
Cynthia Jones.
Now, everybody out. We'll start again.
Yes, come on, Arthur.
Will you come out there? And
yes,
quickly.
All right. It's very good. What, how do we start, CJ?
Well, you knock.
Oh, sorry, I knock. Knock to do it.
Come in.
Are you all right, CJ?
Can I help
you? Reggie! This is an important social experiment, and all you can do is laugh.
Yes.
You must immerse yourself in your role as I do.
Yes.
CJ is dead. Long live Cynthia Jones.
Yes. Sorry, CJ.
Get out!
Sorry, Cynthia. Sorry, CJ.
Get out!
Yes.
Come in!
Morning. Perrin Industrial Relations Research Council.
Mr. Noblet will be here in a jiffy, Mr. Perrin. Come in!
No, Arthur, no, you've no need to knock, you see, because this is your office.
Oh, of course, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, this is your show, CJ. But now I have butted my oar in, so to speak. Might I just make one more point? Arthur, when you come in with a bit more authority. After all, as I say, it is your office. Yeah. And make some mention about your journey here, something like what? 12 minutes late, traffic lights out of action at Hanger Lane, something like that. You'll think of something.
Go out and come in again.
Yes, go out and come in again, all right.
Morning. 12 minutes late. Traffic light out of action at Hanger Lane.
This is Mr. Perrin, Mr. Noblet. He's from the Industrial Relations Research Council.
Hello.
Come on.
Oh, sorry, of course, that's for me, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
come in.
This is my bleeding office, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, come in.
We want more fringe benefits, Noblet.
OK, you deserve them.
No, I'm sorry. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's abysmal. No, these meetings go on for hours. They argue backwards and forth, trying to see each other's points of view, you see. At least that's what they tell us. No, what you've got to try and do is immerse yourself in your roles a good deal deeper than that. I mean, take your example from CJ here, the Deborah Carve-Botchley. Right? All go out again and start again. I think, say, CJ, I'm sorry, your show, CJ, but Arthur... Right. Here. Have you had your holidays yet, Miss Jones?
To tell the truth, I've hardly had time to draw breath. What with moving my flat and my boyfriend's promotion, I'm all of a chiswalls.
Well, morning, Miss Jones. 16 minutes late. Juggernaut jackknifed at Gerrard's Cross.
This is Mr. Perrin, Mr. Noblet. He's from the Industrial Relations Research Council.
Yes, I'm very grateful to Hardcastle Handbags for allowing me, on behalf of myself and Industrial Relations Research Council, to observe your programs at grassroots level.
Come!
No, sorry, you're Cynthia, CJ.
Yes, sorry, I got it wrong that time.
You got it wrong then.
A case of the pot calling the kettle a silver lining.
Yes, speaking my language, CJ.
You go out and come in again.
Enter. Right, sit down, Appleby. Now then, what's this spot of bother?
The chaps on the shop floor want more fringe benefits. Stupid of them, the lazy good-for-nothings, but there it is.
Hey, wait a minute, what do you mean it's stupid of them? God, blimey, how you blokes are supposed to make both ends meet while Burks like me cough for 20,000 a year? I don't understand.
No, son, Arthur, no, Thruxton's completely wrong. Don't you see, Thruxton? You really believe, as the worker, that you deserve these fringe benefits, and you, Arthur, as the manager, really believe you can't afford them. I'm sorry, CJ, I shan't interrupt again. I'm sorry, your show.
Yes, thank you very much, Reggie. Do you mind if we start again?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Appleby, will you go out and come in again? We'll take your knock as read.
I'd rather knock if you don't mind.
Oh, well, get out and knock!
Right, come in. Right, Appleby, sit down. Now then, what's this spot of bother?
The lads are a bit cheesed off, Mr. Noblet. They want more fringe benefits now. I know times are hard, what with the fluctuating yen and you having to declare a reduced dividend, but nevertheless, the lads would like more fringe benefits.
Wait a minute. What sort of fringe benefits?
5 weeks holiday, automatic membership of the golf club, free investment advice, company cars, an increased shareholding and an improved dividend.
Piss off.
Well, I suppose it's a little bit better. I'm sorry, Sir Judge. Sure, say another word.
I would like to get on with...
But if I could just make one more point. Don't you think it'd be a good idea if you and I took Thruxton and Arthur's place to demonstrate our negotiation technique?
Would there be much value in that?
Oh, I think so, CJ, with you as the rich, powerful boss, me as the underprivileged, depressed worker.
Yes, I suppose we could try it. Hang it on the clothesline, see if the cat licks it up.
You're talking my language.
Get off! I'm Cynthia. Remember your place.
Still likeable, I see, Thruxton. You ready, CJ?
Do come in. Well, Perrin, what's the trouble?
Well, Governor Slardis, we feel we're falling behind vis-à-vis the workers in comparable industries, i.e. purses, briefcases, and stimulated leather goods generally, like.
You had a pay rise only 8 months ago under stage 3 of phase 8, or was it phase 8 of stage 3?
Now, we're not arguing about a basic wage. Basically, a basic wage is basically fair, basically. Now, what we're on about is a fringe benefit.
What fringe benefits?
Well, areas where I could suggest amelioration of traditional benefits will be 5 weeks paid holiday, increased productivity incentives, longer tea breaks, coffee breaks brought up to the tea break level, a concessionary handbag for every year of service, 15 minutes unpenalised latitude for lateness due to previously notified genuine unforeseen circumstances.
Well, Perrin, I might be able to recommend to the board 1 day's extra holiday, and we might be able to think up something on incentives and then report back to you.
We want deeds, not words, you see, otherwise we're coming out.
I will not yield to threats by a politically motivated scum.
I don't think my members would appreciate that nomenclature.
Well, that's what they are, isn't it? Marxist scum, ribs under the handbags. I'll flush them out!
All right, we're all coming out, then!
You're all set!
Right, you bastard! That's the sort of thing we had in mind, you see. Sort of give and take, seeing the other chap's point of view, you see. Right, you carry on, Cynthia. I'm sorry, Cynthia. I'm sorry, Cynthia. Yes, absolutely, yes, quite agree. Absolutely, yes, come in. Yes. Sorry, not you, no, sorry. Thruxton.
I just popped in to pay, Reggie. I'm leaving.
Yes, I'm sorry, things haven't quite worked out.
Oh, but they have. You've done wonders. I am now immensely likeable, aren't I?
Yes, it is immensely likeable. Yes.
Lovable, even?
Not quite lovable, not yet, no. But you're certainly on the right lines. And if you can learn to fight your innate natural meanness and learn the pleasures of generosity, it won't be very much longer before you are lovable.
So I ought to give you a nice fat check.
Oh, yes, I think you ought to. Yes, even if only for your own sake.
I do like your barefaced cheek.
Yes.
If there's one thing I admire, it's barefaced cheek. It's worth every penny. I'm a new man, you know. For years, all I thought about was business and money, money and business. But now...
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry about it being too much. It's tax deductible.
Ladies and gentlemen, staff of Perrin's, for goodness sake, cheer up. We're on the verge of great success. Thruxton Appleby has left us £1,000. £1,000? Mr. Pelham has left us a year's supply of pork chops. So people are benefiting. It is actually all working. As, of course, I knew it would. 12 new guests arriving on Monday, so we are going to carry on exactly on the lines we are now. Absolutely perfect, with one little exception. In order to ensure our continuing success, I am going to take a rather more dominating role from now on. But I think we ought to have a little vote about that, certainly. So anybody against that? No, that seems to be unanimous. Good. We'll carry on as we are.